Hi, Mark here from the Tangibound Podcast Network and host of the flagship show, the Tangibound Podcast. Did you know that we over at Tangibound are always looking for amazing podcasts to promote? And did you also know that we are also proud nerds and geeks of everything from movies, music, gaming, TV shows, and comic books to wrestling, MMA, soccer, and football? Whatever you can nerd or geek out about, we've got it. And if you're interested, we can help you find it. And if you're a show looking for a place to call home, we've got you covered. Side effects may include upset stomach, dizziness, tumors, shakes, and in some rare cases, death from excessive laughter. Though to be fair, it's only sometimes. Other side effects may include diarrhea, gallstones, heart palpitations, and strong desire for cookies on the dark side. Talk to your doctor and visit TangiboundNetwork.com and see if Tangibound Network is right for you.
Hello, and welcome to the Moving the Needle podcast, where we ask, what moves you? Excellent or bogus? Did anyone do the right thing? Do you mess with the Zohan? With me tonight to discuss Do the Right Thing, Rocky versus Creed, childhood, guilty pleasures, a test of time, you don't mess with the Zohan, once upon a time in Hollywood. With me tonight is Stephanie.
Hello.
Roy. Hello. And Henno. Yo, we want to thank you for listening on iTunes. We're also available on Spotify, just about everywhere you can find podcasts. We are, so come on now,
Google
let
Play.
us know. Email us at mtnpodcast@gmail.com or on facebook.com/mtnpod. Twitter and tweet us at mtnpod. There's so many ways to find us.
Welcome to the podcast from Temperance Town, the sexiest podcast of world renowned. Tony grows a beard to hide his chin, swaps it with Earl so it glistens. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Download the pod, you won't get enough of these dapper chaps talking deadly fluff. In Hobo Gulch they run a homeless mission, clanging and banging with the pentagram of kittens. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. They enjoy their whiskey and local craft beer. By Odin's unkempt pubis we give a cheer. Tony's a raccoon when he's booziest. Don't be a savage, be an enthusiast. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. On the frozen tundra they call it a lock. Tony likes to masturbate in a sock. Brian pisses rocks cause it feels so great. I still don't know who the fuck is Tate. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. The boys will let you know when there's a Spurler. Due to male pattern baldness, they don't wear curlers. Stay salty, people, that's their closing line. And don't forget, have a beer, you'll be fine. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Salty language.
Hey enthusiasts, what's happening? This is Salty Language, episode 504.
The sexiest podcast on the network.
Yep.
Again and again and again.
Mm-hmm.
And again.
Yeah. And again. Oh, so how you
Hi,
doing?
Brian.
Hey, Tony.
Shit, just punched a mic.
Sweet. That's a good way to start.
Yeah, hell yeah. Oh, shit. You know what? I always forget to record this thing. You know what the problem is, honestly?
That you have to ask my permission every time,
There's that.
which I just granted you.
Thank you.
Mhm.
No, the problem is when we finish recording and I'm like in my chair half dead.
Yeah.
It has to do, it's like, oh, we're fucking compiling the video or whatever. And I just sit there. And eventually I just like shut off my monitors. I just go downstairs and let it do its thing.
Right.
And then downstairs happens, as in sleep, wake up, go to work. And then it's like the video's gone. It's just gone from my brain.
Right, until you see it next time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Until I go, oh shit, we're recording.
Yeah. Meanwhile, that video thinks you went out for smokes or something. He'll be back soon. A week later.
It's pretty accurate.
I'm sure he's almost back.
Like, I swear, he said he'd be right back.
Yeah.
I wonder if I can. I know no one cares right now, but it's like, I wonder if in my settings I can be like, save this to the cloud. Because I have a lot of cloud storage.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think you can. I'm pretty sure.
That seems like that would be the move.
Yeah. Yep.
Anywho, how's Brian?
Not too bad. Doing all right.
Not too shabby?
Yeah, yesterday was Easter and we just stayed home and had a, small like ham dinner kind of gimmick, and that's about it. I don't even know if the rest of my family got together or not. I don't think they didn't actually. I know for a fact, because actually my one sister got apparently a woman that when she was eating lunch, this woman sat at the next table over, but still within a few feet of her or whatever. And that woman turns out looks like she has COVID. So,
oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, my sister's had at least her first vaccination shot, but I don't know if she's had the second one. But anyway, so she was, playing it safe and whatever.
I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah, because Saturday my nephew had it was a drive-by / if you wanted to come over for a little bit thing, birthday party for his youngest daughter.
Yeah, he invited me.
Yeah.
And I did the drive-by portion.
Yeah.
And then he's like, hey, do you want to stick around? And I thought about it.
Yeah.
But I'm like, dude, I'm getting my first shot tomorrow, Tuesday.
Awesome.
Yeah. And I'm like, we can hang out, in a few weeks.
Yeah, exactly. Understand. Yeah.
It's just now, we're so close.
Well, it's funny because he called me a little bit later and was like, hey, are you home? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, all right, I'll be over in a minute. I'm like, okay. And he showed up with like a tray with a bunch of, he smoked a pork butt. And,
how was it?
It was good.
How did you do?
It was good, except whatever he bought a rub for it. And the rub was so salty.
Yeah.
And that, other than that, like if you don't get the bark pieces, it was great. If you got the pieces with the bark, it was like, oh my God, this is salty.
You must have aggressively rubbed it.
Well, that too, yeah, and whatever. So he's like, next time I'm just gonna make my own rub, and that way I don't run into that. And I was like, yeah, it was good though. Just every once in a while you get a piece of bark in there, and you're like, oh boy.
Yeah, ooh, throw it on the driveway.
Yeah, basically. But it was good.
That's good. It's good. Yeah, I'm glad he's happy with his smoker.
Yeah.
I mean, I know I've had mine for a few years now, and I still love the thing.
Yeah. Well, it's funny though too, because I had just made a whole mess of because we had some steaks. Like we bought like a big pack of steaks, and we made some that night, and I put the rest in the freezer, and they kind of got buried. So I was like, these have been in here for a little while. I want to use them, but I don't want to just make steaks because these might be kind of for just having steak, So I'm like, what can I do? And I was like, you know what? I'd mix up a marinade for it and made some chop them steaks up, threw it in the marinade, then threw it into the Instant Pot with some onions and green peppers, and just made basically carne asada, essentially.
Oh, okay.
So. And then just, right onto some tortillas and shoved them right in my face.
We basically did Mongolian beef.
Yeah.
Damn you, Mongolian. It was very good.
Yeah.
Instant Pot for the win.
Yep. And the only mistake I made in there was I wasn't thinking about, since I cut the steak up first, I needed to turn either the heat or the time down, and I didn't think about it. So it was a little dry, but there was a lot of like juice left in there, so it was okay. Plus, on tacos you got some other, little salsa and whatnot. Yeah. So it was all right.
It's an orgy of flavors and textures.
But if it was like, if I were just going to eat it as it was like, because, I'm obviously got to try it after it's done. And I was like, okay, this is overcooked a little bit, but, I wasn't thinking it. Otherwise, I would have just cooked the steaks as is and then chopped them up afterward.
Yeah.
You know?
Now what are you going to do?
Yeah. So, either way.
Either way.
Still worked out. It was still tasty. But then, yeah, he brings over a mess of that, and I'm like, oh, boy, we got lots of meats to eat.
Right? Yeah, I really wanted to have some of that smoked pork, but I was just like...
Yeah.
Like, it'd be different if it was people I'm more familiar with.
Oh, that's understandable.
And it's not like I'm not familiar with, obviously,
yeah, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know who else
is going to be
there.
And I'm like, you know what? I can't.
Right.
I'm so close.
No, I'm with you. I mean, like, we didn't go, but like I say, he came over here with that, and he brought that, and they brought some. I think he brought like a couple pieces of cake that they had and stuff too. The cake was really good. I had a
strawberry cupcake. It was lovely.
Yeah, I had. I think it was vanilla bean cake, if I'm not mistaken, is what he said it was. It was nice. Tasty. Yeah, there was way too much icing on the thing for my taste, but it was. I still
just
good.
Know, once I got my shots in me, because I know he's a fan of the bourbons as well. I'm like, you have to come over to see your house,
right?
Have some smoked meats, have some bourbons, right. And
or
hang out in the yard.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm assuming he has a backyard.
I'm pretty sure he does. I looked out the window; it looked like a backyard was there. But
right,
you never know these days. Could have been computer generated for all I know.
It's all an illusion.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, yeah. I was thinking that too. I was like, yeah, it'll be nice to kind of feel like that, but I'm with you. It's like we're at that point now that I'm seeing stuff online where, people are like, I saw in the news tonight that like they're talking how like travel's at an all-time pandemic level high and all this other, and I'm like, it's like, I'm in my head, I'm going, leave it to America to be, to like see the finish line and trip 5 feet in front of it.
Bro, it's what we do.
It's like, please keep being careful until we're a little closer,
I mean, you know how it is. Well, I honestly, I think it's because people are just like it's getting warm.
Yep.
People are just ready to be. They spend a year indoors.
Yep.
Most of us.
Yep.
People are just ready.
Well, and some people are getting vaccinated, and then there's a kind of a danger in that people are getting vaccinated, and then they're going, oh well, I'm fine now, and it's like time out, like. It's not 100%, first of all, they don't know if it works on all the strains, and there's still some gray area here, it's like you still gotta be a little bit smart. You can't just go, raw dogging after this,
Yeah, exactly. I look at it like I'm playing a game. I just upgraded my shields a little bit.
Yeah, right. You can still take some damage, it's like when you get a good ways into Saints Row, it's like you're pretty impervious, but you still might get hurt,
Right.
So yeah, I know it's. On the upside, I got my mom and Jim scheduled for vaccines the other night, and
very nice.
And I was like, I'm not going to bother with me because my doctor's office said they're going to have it. Called my doctor's office today because today I officially qualify in Michigan, or I'm eligible, I should say. And they're like, yeah, we're all booked up, and I'm like, okay, well, I figured that was going to happen, but. When should I call back? Should I call daily? Do it? And the woman's like, probably next week sometime. And I'm like, okay.
Acceptable.
Well, and that's what I'm like, and she goes, well, we have one in Carlton tomorrow.
Oh.
And I'm like, I don't drive and that's not close. Like if it was Monroe, I might have been like, hey, to my mom or somebody, like, can we go up there?
As a guy that used to have to drive to Carlton every fucking day for work, it's far away.
It is. I know. I've been there. It's why it's like, no, that's not happening. But I could have gotten it tomorrow. That's how quick that. But apparently they just extended their hours, whereas mine, they only are doing it between certain hours. So she's like, she's like, I think they're supposed to next week start expanding it out. So I was like, okay, so I was like, well, I'll try wherever else I can find in the meantime. If I get one, cool. If I don't, then I'll just be patient and keep trying,
Why is it so fucking difficult to get this vaccine?
Do you know what I think a lot of it is? Is I feel like from the beginning, there should have been a thing where they were like, hey, if you're interested, pre-register. Then you go on a list, and they go, okay, people this age and these whatevers, they qualify, so we're going to go just by what's on this list.
Right.
You know?
See, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But it's like, what if you don't know, if you're not very tech savvy, you're going to have a hell of a time figuring this shit out.
Right.
Honestly. Because I tried for over a week to get myself scheduled, and it's like, you go to like, was it vaccinefinder.gov or something?
.org or something. Yeah, it's one of those.
And it's like, okay, you put in all your information. It's like, here's all the places that have it.
Yeah.
And you go, okay, let me check Rite Aid. You have to put in all your information. And then you go, nah.
Yeah, because what it does is it says check for appointments or whatever. Or it says, like, in stock, you click the thing, and then a thing comes up that says confirm, or check for an appointment. Then it takes you to whichever website. Like, if you, like you said, it goes to Rite Aid's site. Then you put your stuff in. Then it shows all the locations. Then you have to
do like name, birthday, occupation. You have to check all the stuff, and then it just for it to go be like, we don't have any.
Well, or it just shows you the locations, and you have to click on each one and then click like check basically. And it was like, oh, this isn't what I thought this was going to be. I could just do this. I don't need this website to do this.
Dude, it was for me because I did that, and I was like, okay, no Rite Aids have it. I went Walgreens, same thing. It's like an 8-step process just to be told no.
Well, Walgreens is even worse because you have to have a Walgreens account. Walmart is the same way. You have to have an account. Which is, I get, but also annoying as heck.
And I wanted to throw my goddamn phone across the room when I was on stupid Kroger's website.
Oh, theirs is the worst. And
because they're like, hey, we found you an appointment in like Waterville on a Saturday. And I'm like, perfect.
Yeah.
Click. Oh, we don't have any second appointments available.
Yeah. It's like,
why are you approving me?
I know. Every time I've clicked on one for Kroger, that's happened. And it's so frustrating.
Then I finally went they're having a big mass one at the
what? They cut out.
At the rec center.
Oh, yeah.
The Toledo Recreation. Yep. They're having a mass one, so I clicked on it, and they have times available after work for me.
Yeah, awesome.
I was like, oh, well, that...
Yeah. If I lived in Lucas County, I would probably have gone there, but unfortunately, I can't. It's weird because it depends on the place. Because I put in my mom's information as Temperance and all that stuff, and the Rite Aid, sorry for going local, folks, the Rite Aid at Lewis and Sylvania is where I got them both in, and it still allowed me to with her. So, and like Walgreens today, it showed one of the Walgreens around here had an appointment, but since it's in Toledo, apparently they're not letting anyone but Toledo residents.
Really?
Yeah, so I was like, man, even though it's like, I have multiple reasons I qualify aside from age, like I should get priority, but
I mean, it is what it is.
So, worst case scenario, I might just go through the Department of Health in Monroe County. Because when I tried to schedule one for my mom the other night, it was basically like, yeah, here you go next week, like no wait, no nothing. It was like, whoa, okay. So I think I just got lucky with Rite Aid. I think it was just when I was looking, I think they might have just put a batch on because there were a lot of appointments available right then. And I actually got their appointments back to back.
Oh, nice.
Because as soon as I got done with Jim's, I ran into the living room and was like, Mom, I need this info. And she gave it to me. I ran back in here and I was like, awesome. I got, 4:30 and 5:15. So I was like, that's awesome.
That is awesome. It's like,
I'm just happy to have them scheduled. That took a big weight off of me.
Right.
So now I just got to get myself scheduled.
I mean,
because unfortunately they're not doing any big mass ones up here yet, or not in Temperance, Lambertville. If in Monroe they are, Unfortunately, the county I live in, I'm on the absolute tippy toes of it. So anything that happens is not down here. So
I just so I got lucky. The thing that's gonna suck is I'll have to leave work and then just kind of hang out over there in that area for a little bit because I get out of work at 4 and my thing is until after 5.
Oh yeah. Well, if you get there early, you might be able to fill out whatever paperwork you have to do, and
maybe
because I'm pretty sure you have to fill out at least a consent form and probably something signing away your grandchildren.
I'm just gonna rip my pants down, put it right in my ass. do
Right.
it, I'm ready.
They'll be like, sir, we can give you the shot in your ass, but you don't need to spread. Like, we can do it right in the cheek.
Right in the old cheekarino.
Yeah. Speaking of cheeks, that was making me laugh when my nephew mentioned, like, when he bought that pork butt, how when he got it home, that it was in two pieces. He thought it was all one big deal, and it was the two parts, and so when he was over, he was like, yeah, this is some of what, I'm like, which cheek is this from? So we were having a good time with that. And
oh, yeah. Man. See, I need a day where I can devote to just smoking meats.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure there's probably some people at the rec center that'll let you smoke their meats.
Hey-o.
Hey-o.
Yeah, I need that in my life.
Yeah.
Mm.
What, random strangers?
Yeah, exactly. Some random dudes
Yeah.
like shuffling their feet underneath a stall door.
Yeah, but like, man, it's been a while. I need some random meats in my mouth. All right, then.
All righty, then.
Yeah. So yeah, it was funny though, because I was like, after I got my mom and gym scheduled, I was like, good, I don't have to keep checking 3-4 times a day like I was doing before, and now I still have myself to get in there. And it was funny because when I scheduled it, my mom at the time was like, you should just go ahead and schedule yourself and just be done with it. And I'm like, I'll leave it because I have this other option. Not everybody has the option of their doctor's office saying, hey, we're vaccinating here,
Yeah.
So I was trying to, do the right thing and leave an opportunity open for someone else. And, well, you know what they say about the road to hell and good intentions,
Yep. The old nice guys finish last.
Yep. But, yeah, what are you going to do? Like I said, it'll happen. It's just, I just got to be diligent and patient.
Yeah, exactly.
Neither of which I'm good at.
You'd be all right.
Right.
How was your Easter?
Yeah, it was good. Like I said, we just stayed home. It was, just pretty quiet, and had a nice little dinner, and that was it. We grabbed some Easter candy from the store. So my mom put a little like spread of that out that none of us need, but you gotta have a little something. I mean, it's Easter, right?
I got some.
Is that cocaine?
Down.
Oh.
I got some M&Ms right here.
Oh,
buddy.
okay. I thought you had some cocaine over there.
Not this time.
No, I mean I know. Well, you gotta give your nose a treat once in a while,
Yeah, a little nose candy.
Yeah.
Because my parents actually they just got home today. They were out of town.
Yeah.
Weird. Down in Kakalaki again. So we didn't our Easter was so chill because the kids Jeannie was like, hey, I'd like to have the kids for Easter because her family's very religious.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
So she had the kids, and then we went out and visited Michelle's parents. They didn't really have anything planned because her mom wasn't feeling too great, but they still made Easter baskets for us.
Yeah. All right.
Which is kind of fun as a 40-some-year-old man to
right.
have a basket full of Easter grass and fucking candy and shit.
Yeah. Nice.
But
you just threw that trash or that stuff in the ocean, right?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck you, fish.
Yeah.
Threw it right in.
Right.
I'll eat this in 15 years.
Isn't it amazing how many years Easter grass has been allowed to exist?
I know.
It literally has no other use. At least they gave you paper. You could use it as fire starter or something.
I mean, I can use the Easter grass as fire starter.
That's true. You could. Yeah, it's probably not the best
that
idea.
Shit goes up real quick.
Yeah, if you want to put some carcinogens. Well, I guess burning anything probably does that, but
Yeah.
Burning plastic is probably not recommended.
Nah, it's horrible, but whatever.
Mm-hmm. Bring it over. We'll stick it in my microwave and stand near it.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Wrap it in foil.
Yeah. Ooh, even better.
But yeah, I mean, we took Michelle's remote control car over there so her dad could play with it.
Sure.
Yeah, and then we just on our way home because they didn't have anything planned. We didn't have an Easter dinner planned. We were starving.
Right.
And I was like, it was so nice.
It was a really
outside.
nice day. Yeah.
And we were kind of like, I wonder if anything's open that has a patio.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I think we drove by one spot that we like, and everything was closed. And I'm like, you know what? Let me make a phone call. And I called up good old Stubborn Brothers, and they were open.
Nice.
So we went and had a salad and a slice out on that big ass patio they got.
That's a good move for sure.
Yeah, it was nice. It was
I know. I was
so
looking at that the other day. I think on their Instagram or something, they posted a picture about the patio, and I was like, "Oh boy!" I was like, "Might be time to holler at Tony for a slice."
Dude, I told Michelle that same thing. Yeah.
I was like, "Might be time for us to go have some pints and slices."
Nobody in there. There was a couple people sitting at the bar.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, "Oh, you can sit anywhere." I'm like, "Can we go out on the patio?" And he's like, let me check." And he must want to talk to the manager. And they're like, "Oh yeah, patio's open." I'm like,
Cool, yeah.
Yeah, it was great.
Sweet.
You remember those shit ass picnic tables they had that you and I sat at? Those are like shoved away in the back for like the peasants. They got some really nice ones now.
For the peasants, it'd be great if they had a sign that says that,
Yeah, peasant seating only.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got some really nice picnic tables now. So
I would love that, because then I'd be like, okay, well, how do you determine who the peasants are?
You don't want to know, right?
Yeah, I mean, I do, actually.
It's like asking how hot dogs are made. You don't want to know.
Oh, delicious. Oh, no, I don't ask. I just want to see. Bring all them lips and anuses in here into the grinder.
Hell yeah,
let's
lips
do
and
this.
assholes, baby.
Can I shake the
Give me that
seasonings
toe
on them? Yeah. And whatever else. Here's my hanky. I haven't washed in a couple weeks. Just whatever you want to throw in there.
Yep,
That's what they
exactly.
do. They're like, does anyone have any garbage or anything they need to dispose of?
We're clearing the floor.
Yeah. Sweep it all in.
But I think I'm gonna, because my kids always love the old egg hunt stuff, and I asked them like, hey, how was your Easter? And they're like, nah, they didn't really do it. I'm like, not everything's clearanced out like eggs and shit.
Yeah, dude, I went to Target on Thursday or Friday. I don't remember which. They had Easter candy 25% off, and they were, dude. It was like there were tumbleweeds of Easter grass rolling through the aisles. That's how cleaned out they were. At 25%. Normally at 50%, that's when people start getting animalistic with it. But man,
people have been home for a year. There's probably 800,000 more Jabba the Hutts in the world now.
Yeah, probably.
Just because of COVID.
Yeah. But man,
hey, I'm gonna do something for my kids for make them run around the house and look for dumb shit in eggs. I think it'll be funny.
That's fair. Yeah. Right.
I
love the one I saw a tweet the other day. A guy said that, and I think I've kind of heard this before, which is, the best way to get rest on Easter morning is to only hide 48 eggs, but tell your kids there's 50.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair.
And I was like, nah, because I'd be the kind of kid that I'd find 48 and then just go back and be like, I can't find any more. I just keep pestering my parents until they were like, all right, look, there's not 50.
Shut the hell up.
Yeah. Like, oh my God, for the love of God.
For the love of God.
For the love of freshly risen Jesus.
Did you by chance watch Kong vs. Godzilla?
No, not yet. Dang it, I forgot. I was going to watch it.
You are going to? Okay.
Oh, for sure I'm going to watch it.
Lips are sealed. We'll have to do a...
Let me put it this way.
We could do like an extra salty thingy for,
unless
stuff
you,
to be named later.
Unless you straight up are like, don't, I'm going to watch it. So...
I kind of want you to watch it just so we can talk about it.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
Because I was going to say, if it's like, the hottest trash ever, then save me 2 hours.
Lips are sealed, bro.
All right. Good enough.
So when my kids came over on Thursday for dinner, I didn't know what I was going to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
And,
Blue Chew for everyone.
That week or whatever, we had that big Skyrim dinner.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I went to the butcher shop trying to figure out what I was going to get them. And in the freezer, they have like 8 packs of the rectangular sausage pizza or pepperoni pizza.
Oh, yeah. Right. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. And I bought some of those and I got some garlic bread. I'm like, we're just going to do like, we're going carb heavy. We're going to get nutty.
Right.
Yeah, those things don't hold up as well as I remember. They tasted really good in the air fryer, though.
Ah, all right. Did you
I
send
air
Dev?
fried them. They came out well. The first one, it came out great. If I would have like pulled it out when I first looked at it, if I put it back in, then I was like, oof.
Yeah, that's the only problem with air fryers and stuff like that is there's a real delicate balance on some of that stuff between like, oh, this looks good, and oh boy, this is burnt.
Oh, dude, I turned into Icarus. I flew too close to the sun with that first one.
I've done it with a couple of things where I've left just a little too long, and it's like, ooh, this is no longer edible. So you have to be careful with that.
It looked amazing, and then I cut into it, and I was like,
Yeah.
Huh.
And it was perfect. Delicious. You only broke 4 teeth.
Yeah, I was not.
So did it have like pork crumble on it, or was it something else?
It was pepperoni. It had
pepperoni
come on. Crumble, like cubes of pepperoni.
All right. I mean, I understand taste wise, that's probably the better move, but the ones we had in school was literally pizza with pork crumble, was what it said on the menu. So
but it's like the ones we had were. As compared to the ones that I just had, were like the ones from school were honestly like cheesier and saucier.
Okay.
These are more like cardboard of cheese and like cubes of pepperoni slapped on it.
Delicious.
It was I was kind of let down, but they've got taco pizzas too that I kind of like.
Yeah, I think you have to, right?
I mean, just as an experiment,
Right.
But I just need to bite the bullet and get that pizza oven for my grill.
I agree. You do.
Yeah. I got other shit to buy first.
But no, I would say you don't. I would say right to the pizza oven. The other shit can wait.
Oh, dude, you want
new tires for the car? Forget it. Brakes? Nah.
No, those are all good. We're good there.
Yeah. Well,
I made a real like make you nervous kind of purchase last week too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like nervous to use it. I'll get into it.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant nervous. Like, man, I can't believe I'm spending this much money.
Oh no.
Okay.
No.
Right.
I don't do that shit anymore. At least I try not to.
Yeah. The Switch was that for me. I didn't talk about it on here, but I talked about it on the Crazy Life. Dude, I've had such buyer's guilt for buying that thing.
Really?
I've beat myself up left and right over that. Yeah, because I haven't really spent that kind of money in a long time.
Are you enjoying it, though?
Yes, very much so, and I'm glad I did.
Well, then that's all that really matters.
It's so funny that the game I'm enjoying most so far, and I've barely touched the others yet, but, dude, I've been playing so much Dr. Mario, it's not funny.
I mean, whatever, it's fine.
It was a game from our youth, but I used to sit and play that so much. So I was so happy to have that again. I had it on the Wii, but it wasn't quite the same. It was weird. I don't remember why, but there was something a little different or something about it that just didn't feel right.
Right.
And this feels good except for one thing, which is the joysticks on the Switch are just a little looser than using like a D-pad, basically. So it's easy to accidentally tap it one too many times one way or the other.
Right.
But I've adjusted as I've used it more. I've gotten more used to the stick sensitivity. So it's, that's all it is, just getting accustomed to it. And I don't hit the wrong buttons anymore. I finally have moved past that.
I mean, that's a good thing.
Yeah, I actually played it last night and then played my PlayStation and didn't bugger up both ways on it. So
you're adapting.
Yeah, I've leveled up to like level 1.
No, we've been wanting to build some shelves. And, like, Michelle wants to do bigger paintings.
Now, is she going to call them Miss-shelves?
I mean, that's not a bad idea at all.
That's what she needs to, like, make some and paint them cool and call them Miss-shelves and sell them.
I mean, she listens, so. But
all I want is a reasonable 30% cut for the idea.
I mean, I just hit my mic again. Maybe.
Yeah.
Now she wants to put up like an art wall, which is basically just mounting boards to like studs, so we're not putting holes in the walls. So
they're
can
just
hang
walls.
up bigger canvases to paint on and stuff.
Yeah, right.
And then outside I had some wooden end tables that were supposed to be teak wood and weatherproofed.
Mm-hmm. And they're now kindling.
Oh my God, they were. By teak wood, you mean particle board with a cool thing on top.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just got fucked by the weather.
Kind of like having something gold plated, basically, and thinking it's actual gold.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Why is this turning me green?
So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna buy a miter saw so I can
Yeah.
chop wood. I can chop stuff. And I can build because I like building things.
Mm-hmm. Well, who doesn't want to
And
chop
normally,
things?
when you buy a miter saw, you're gonna drop a couple $100, right?
Yeah.
Unless you go to Harbor Freight.
So you get one there for like what, $12.95 roughly?
Might as well.
I think you get like a box of free shit too, don't you? When you buy something there.
No, I mean, once upon a time, they used to give you flashlights and stuff. I don't know what happened those days.
Jerks.
Must be in a post-COVID world or something.
Yeah, I guess maybe.
Yeah, but it was under, like I think I spent like $160 or something on this miter saw, and it's not like a shit one. It's like a sliding.
On the side of it says like MIGHT.
I mean,
like it might work.
I mean,
No.
I'll be honest. I put the blade on. I put it on my little workbench, and I got everything going. And I plugged it in. And the first time I fired it up, I'm like, is this thing just gonna like explode on me? Like, because I've never bought anything with a motor from Harbor Freight.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah,
like,
I've heard
go there for hand tools and for like odds and ends and shit.
Yeah, I've kind of heard for some people that it's similar, like that they kind of look at it as like buying from Wish a little bit.
Yeah,
you know that it's like this is pretty sketchy stuff, but if you need like a $1 screwdriver, they got you.
Yeah, it's like if Home Depot had like a sub brand that's like a Dollar Tree.
Yeah. Home Depot or don't home. Yeah, I can't mush don't and depot together.
So, dude, I've bought some I got some like ratchet straps from there. I bought some hand tools from there.
You trusted ratchet straps from there?
Well, not to tie down like massive freight.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I was gonna say, dude, that's like buying them from the dollar store. That's scary. All right.
But I mean, I haven't had a problem with any of the stuff I've bought there before.
Right.
Like, actually, you know what? I lied. I just lied to you.
You son of a bitch.
I bought a compressor from there, and that has a motor.
Yeah.
And that thing's been putting along for years now. So.
Okay, well, there you go. All right.
I mean,
it won't turn off, but it just keeps going.
No, dude, I'm like, am I going to lose some fingers?
Well, I mean, it's a power saw. I mean, that's part of it, isn't it?
True.
You got to lose at least a fingertip, otherwise, someone will be like, "You're not even a remote expert at this."
But dude, I gotta say, once I got it, I got a board out and I measured and I cut and I measured it again.
Yeah.
Cut precisely, cut it square. I cut on some angles. All the angles are right. I'm like, you know what?
All right.
I mean, for what I need, it's not like I'm building fucking houses.
Right.
I just want to be able to build some shit and not have a goddamn handsaw out there in a little miter box like I used to do when I was a kid.
Yeah, right.
You know?
Yeah.
So we'll see how this goes.
Right. Well, yeah, it's cool because, like you're saying, you just need it for like the occasional thing. You're not constantly like if you were doing woodworking all the time or something. It's like okay, spending the money is worth it to get. You know, a higher end.
I just want to throw together a couple things here or there.
Yeah, and hopefully not lose a hand.
I mean, hopefully. I kind of like my hand.
Yeah. I mean, but
although Pirate Causeway would be dope.
Right. I mean, well, the best part is like you could be like those. What was that GI Joe? Was it the bats? I think it was. They had the like different hands you could put on.
Oh yeah.
You know, yeah. Like one was kind of like a big claw thing. You could have a clamp. You know, that could be handy.
It would be very handy.
You know. Like, God, if only I had a clamp right here. Clamp.
It'd be awesome. You know those toilet bowl cleaners that you like clean it and then you fired a little like claw thing and you just flush it.
Right.
That for ass wiping.
Yeah, that would be nice. Yeah. That's the move. That's what we need to invent. Is one of those things that's angled just right that you can really get in there. You know,
just get in there.
Forget bidets. We're moving. We're going to go backwards, but also forwards at the same time.
Well, with the 2-step process of the fire hose action of bidet, and then like the toweling down. It's like when you leave a car wash, and it's like a hand dry car wash.
Oh yeah, right.
That's fucking nice.
Well, then we'll make it a 3-part system because you got to have wax on there so nothing sticks, right?
True.
It's kind of like how the inside of toilet bowls are designed so that poop doesn't stick to them. Like they literally tested different surfaces to try to come up.
Is buying the wrong toilet.
But
holy shit!
I remember I listened to a podcast where they talked about it, how there was like research and all this done because the first ones they were like, there's too much sticking, so they tried different surfaces and shapes until they found one where the swirling of the water and stuff would. I mean,
I've been told by our maintenance guy that my work loves Harbor Freight too, so that explains everything.
Oh boy, the old Harbor Freight toilets, yeah. But yeah, like I said, get a nice wax on there, and I don't mean to rip hair off as much as I mean just to, have a nice sheen on there. Maybe a quick hit with the buffer before you leave.
Buffer.
I mean,
High grit.
Sure.
Yeah, so you get nice and smooth.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I was thinking after you put the wax on, like on a car, you get those ones that got the big floppy things on them that's real soft, like.
Yeah. Hit it with a clay bar.
But you could go with yours too if you're the kind of guy that needs to hit it with some high grit stuff. I mean, I ain't judging. That's why we have different attachments for the buffer. That
for sure, right?
Yeah. That's what this whole thing is. Every one, it's got a different attachment. You just boom, fire it off, click the next one in. Step 2. And then,
But I mean, if we come out with this product, people are going to willingly chop their hands off.
Yeah, exactly. Oh,
product.
I just meant just using it with your hand, but I guess.
Oh, I started talking about an amputee.
Listen, I want us to be accessible to everyone. So if you are a person that could clip one on, sure, let's make them for them too.
Wait a minute,
I'm not against this.
Do you think there's some sort of like amputee friendly dildo or something?
There's gotta be, right?
You just put a big old floppy on the end of your stump.
Dude, they've got like a face mask thing that's got one for your face. They've got one that can go over for guys that have like erectile dysfunction where they can wear basically a strap-on concept, so it wouldn't shock me. If there isn't, boy, they're missing out because...
Is this something I want to Google?
Probably not, but also probably. I mean,
we're going in.
I figured you would.
Stump dildo. That's what I'm thinking.
Wow,
right?
that. I figure you're going to get giant dildos coming up here.
Like tree stump ones?
Yeah. Yikes.
Mr. Hanky's arm. Oh, boy.
Whoa. Mr. Hanky's a piece of poop, though. That's a little frightening.
That's true. That's true.
I don't think most women want poop shoved in their tenders.
It looks like somebody that lost an arm. That's fucking weird. Why would you want a stump in your vagine or other holes?
Well, if that's your fetish.
I mean, I guess.
Again, we're not here to yuck anyone's yum.
I mean, I kind of am. I'm judging that one.
All right, fine. You give it a 9.5.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yikes.
It's just basically. I'm seeing some stuff I really don't want to see.
Figured so. That's why you didn't hear me volunteer.
Yeah, no, it's just a lot of dildos that just look like arms with the hand cut off.
Yeah,
yeah. Yeah, why people? Why?
Why not?
Oh, God. I'm sorry, browser. I'm sorry I did that to you.
Well, now you know that at least.
I don't know if I ever needed to know that. Because I really think if you had something like, I work with a dude that's got a hook, which is mind-boggling to me because I work in a glass factory.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I just, it's like, well, yeah, if you could pop your hand off and put on a flopper and then you're always like, yeah, you go at her
think of how fun it would be to run around.
Mortal Kombat moves at her.
Well, think about how fun it would be to run around with like the dildo bat from Saints Row, but it's just attached to your hand. I mean,
yeah.
You just run around and the thing's just flopping about as you're running around.
Flopping around.
It's terrifying everyone.
Or you don't even run around. You just walk and go through normal life.
Oh, man. Like you're going on an airplane.
Yeah.
You just have the thing attached. What? That's my hand. Oh, God, I put the wrong one on.
Oh, Jesus.
Like, what? It's too big for my carry-on. Yikes.
Yikes is right.
Yikes. So how about you? Well, you just said how your Easter was. Never mind.
Yeah, it was chill, bro. It was chill.
Right.
Yeah.
That's seemed to be the vibe for most people this year. So,
yeah.
Although there were a few that I know that I've talked with that were doing like 20, 25 people. And it's like,
hard pass, bro.
You know what's funny? They showed what was it? It was Toronto, and I can't remember who they were playing. And they showed that there were like 48,000 people at the game today. And I'm like
real people, not like screens.
No,
or
real
cutouts?
people. And dude, just seeing the video of it. First of all, I had two feelings because the first one was just anxiety. Because I'm not ready to go back to that yet. Like
Yeah, that's fair.
And the second part of it also was kind of like awesome, like because sports without crowds is weird. It really is. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of upside to it. Like you don't have to hear annoying stuff, but also it's like, but you kind of want to hear some cheering. It's kind of weird without it. So, like WWE's doing WrestleMania with a partial crowd this year. So
really,
yeah, and that's next weekend, I believe, or this coming weekend. This coming weekend. So I'll let you know next week how that was to watch wrestling with like an actual crowd again.
So it's going to be weird.
Yeah. It's because, they've been letting small amounts of people watch some of the shows, like AEW as their wrestlers, some of them out by the ring, but it's not the same,
Right.
And WrestleMania is it's the big gimmick every year, so that's the one they really want the crowd for. But I'm curious to see the crowd, like how spaced out and stuff they are versus are they shoulder, like that baseball game, dude. There were a lot of people just shoulder to shoulder, and they're going over the we're going to enforce if you're not eating or drinking, you have to have masks on. I'm like, yo, the whole time I'm at a baseball game, I'm sipping a beer or I'm eating something probably almost the whole time.
Hell yeah, Cracker Jacks.
It's like, yeah.
Deep throat and bratwurst.
I think you have a different baseball game experience than I do.
Whack down on a few more beers.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about that. Beer's like $19 in the ballpark, Usually I have one, maybe two.
Bro, the secret is you bring your own.
Yeah, that's true. You're right. That is the secret.
Yeah, that's what's inside the floppy dick dildo attachment.
You're just drinking out of it the whole time.
4 cans of beers.
Yeah, you're just sucking on the thing the whole time.
Yeah, people are like, "What the?"
You get thrown out. You get thrown out, and the whole time you're just, you're like, sorry, I, here, I'll pour the beers out, and they're like, what beer? Like, we're throwing you out for being lewd.
You son of a gun!
There's kids here. Like, come on, man. Like, oh, so I can keep the beer. I wasn't
asking them to suck on
right. It's like, so I can keep the beer. Okay, we're good. Like, I'll leave. No worries. I'll go across the street to a bar that has a game on the TV. And the beers are way cheaper.
Oh, yeah. It's probably pregame.
Mm-hmm.
Pregame, son. And you sneak flasks in your cowboy boots. That's why you wear cowboy boots.
Right. They look really good with the short shorts I wear. I go basically dressed like Lieutenant Dangle.
Hell yeah, brother.
Shorty shorts and cowboy boots.
Shorty shorts and cowboy boots.
For sure.
Bedazzled shirt.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a jersey.
True. Because,
I mean, I am going to a baseball game. I want to look sporty.
Well, yeah, naturally. Sporty spice.
Right. Got to have my, hat nice and bedazzled too. So.
Well, hell yeah.
No snapbacks though, because I have way too big a head to be trying to put a snapback on.
Should buy you a snapback extension.
Oh, dude.
I wish I had a 3D printer.
Dude, I almost have to, because the last time I wore a snapback, I'm literally on the last snap.
It's hanging on for dear life.
Yeah. Like if my head were any bigger, I would basically not be able to snap the snapback. That's why I hate those things. Yeah, they look ridiculous on people with big heads. So, what are you going to do?
Man, I really wish I had a 3D printer. I would print out a snapback extension.
I think the library up here has one actually now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, when I was on their site the other day, I saw
put out the first design for the floppy dick arm thing.
Wouldn't that be funny?
What is he printing?
That'd be so funny. I wonder if they have to approve what you make. That way, just to make sure you're not doing like copyrighted stuff,
Right.
Or, like I just don't walk in there with Funko Pops and just start making a bunch of them,
Like, what is he doing?
Yeah.
Is that a giant hollowed out dick?
Is that big enough to hold beer cans? It is.
Okay. Yeah.
I can get 3
4
tall
regulars or 2 tall boys.
I was going to say I can get 3 tall boys in this one. Yeah. Like, that's kind of obnoxious. Be like, I know, but, I get
Yeah,
thirsty.
it's crazy. You put ice in the balls, keeps everything cold.
I like that idea, actually.
All right.
You got to keep them cold because
Keep them cold.
by the time you get to that third tall boy, you don't want a warm beer.
No.
That's no bueno.
No bueno. And then you could tell how cold the cooler portion is by how low it hangs. Like, all this shit's still high and tight. This stuff's ready to drink.
Yeah. Oh boy, they're pretty saggy. Probably should skip that last one. How great would it be if you could make this happen, though? That would be hilarious.
I mean, it would be.
And I think you would sell some of those if you could do that.
Some idiot would buy it.
I would buy one probably for that because it'd be
Just
hilarious.
For the goof.
Yeah, or I'd buy them for people as gifts. It'd be hilarious
Bro.
to give as a gift.
The Testacooler.
Testacuzzi.
Yes.
Yikes. That sounds weird.
Horrifying.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can I name the
Good
episode Testacuzzi? We'll find out. I gotta remember how to spell koozie now.
Ugh.
Anyway.
Man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, was it last week or the week before, whatever it was, I forgot to bring up, a celebrity death that had happened, which was Jessica Walter passed away.
Oh, yeah.
And for most people, they know her as the mom on Arrested Development or as Mallory Archer.
Right.
And she was phenomenal in both roles. And
I thought I had an Archer drop here, but apparently I don't.
I kind of wonder what they're going to do with Archer now, because the only thing I can think of, I think you can get one season out of Archer. Like, well, when Woodhouse, the guy who played Woodhouse, died, they had Archer basically just be a wreck for a while over it.
Yeah.
And I was like, because otherwise you could do that with his mom. Like, he loses his mom, he just goes like off the rails for a year. But they've kind of already done that. So, and there's no way you can, clearly you're not ever going to recast that role.
You can't recast.
No, because she was perfect for that role. Because it basically, in a lot of ways, was the same role as the mom on Arrested Development.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because she was an alcoholic and she was, very disconnected from
from everything.
From everything, yeah.
Except unless it had to do with her.
Right. But yeah, it was like, I know, she's been in various stuff over the years and whatnot, but it was like the two that really affected, I assume, us and most people are those two, because those are the most recent big roles she had. But it did make me wonder, because I kind of feel like Archer's pretty close to being over anyway.
I mean, it's been on for a long time.
In each year, it feels like the wait between seasons gets a little longer, and then each season's only like 6 or 8 episodes, and it feels like it's just like getting there,
Right.
So I'm curious if they'll do another season after this or not. Because like I said, they definitely can milk her being gone for a little while, because she also was the person who kept things kind of tied together in their group,
Right.
So yeah, but a sad loss there though, because she was an awesome actress, or actor,
Truth.
I should say. No reason to,
besmirch.
Well, yeah, like the word actress doesn't need to exist anymore, because everyone that acts is an actor. So there's, you know what I mean? Yeah. So
yeah,
it's like it bugged the shit out of me the other day. I was listening to, was it the news or something like that, like the sports, and they were referring to, one of the women's basketball teams. I think maybe it was in the NCAA tournament, and they referred to them as the lady this or whatever. And I'm like, really? We're still doing this? Like, why can't they just be
apparently
like the University of Toledo? They have the Rockets. That's the men's team. The women are the Lady Rockets. Why do they have to be the Lady Rockets? Why can't they just be the women's, Rockets women's team? Then they have the Rockets men's team. Like, why?
What about the vaginal space transports?
That would be that when we get a university started, maybe that's what we'll go with.
Yes,
but I just, it's something like those ones. I'm like always just like, I don't know, like, why do they have to have the little "ets" on their name, or why do they have to be? Why do they get the the extra name. You know, why you don't hear the, you know, the male Rockets or the, you know, the manly Rockets, which would be hilarious actually. But
that actually would be hilarious.
you know what I mean? Like, there's nothing denoting that this is the guys' team. Like, the guys are just the Rockets. The women have to have something that, you know, it's the women's team. It's like, how about you just call them women? I know ladies not necessarily, like, offensive, but it's still, I don't know, it feels like you're trying for a less than statement there, you know?
I mean, unless maybe it's just like a scheduling. So you look at the basketball schedule.
Yeah. Well, you know what, though? Like, when you look at, on ESPN, when they have the crawler, like right now, you have the men and the women's basketball tournaments going on at the same time, right?
Yeah.
So they have NCAA M or NCAA W. That's how you know the difference.
I mean, fair enough.
You know, so I feel like you could just do that, but I don't know. Maybe I'm the only one that is weirded by it. I have been since I was a little kid, though. I was always like, why do they have to have the extra name? Why can't they just be like, when they're talking about them on TV, if I look at the TV, I can go, those are women and those are men or whatever, you know, or those are grapefruits.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know, honestly.
Yeah. Those are Monstars, you know?
Oh, God.
What?
I mean, you see that Space Jam, another one's coming out, right?
Yeah. Yeah, with LeBron James in this one.
Yeah, I didn't know this was a thing until today.
There were a lot of rumors about it for a while, and then it just never seemed to ever happen, and then it was finally confirmed, and now the trailer is dropped for it, I guess. I haven't watched it.
HBO Max. I haven't watched the trailer yet either. It's in mid-July, I believe.
All right.
Yeah.
So do you think R. Kelly's on the soundtrack?
I'm going to say probably yes.
I'm going to guess no on this one.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking probably not.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah.
I mean, I believe he can fly.
Yeah. Did you see, this is old news, but did you see some of the, that people were all riled up on the internet, because it's the internet, but they were all riled up because Lola Bunny was made less sexual for this one? Like, she doesn't have massive hooters anymore, and, you know, like, they made her a little more, like, not, like, kaboom. Yeah.
I mean, there's a bunch of weirdos out there, though.
Yeah.
Man.
When I saw people getting bent out of shape, I'm like, okay, this is a cartoon, A. B, it's a rabbit, so if the cartoon part didn't make it a little weird, the rabbit part should make it very weird.
I mean, what about Jessica Rabbit?
Well, she wasn't a rabbit, though. I mean, she was only drawn badly. She wasn't bad. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, I was just like, it reminds me so much of comic book shop bullshit. Like, you know, what comic character would you want to bang? And I'm like, none. They're fucking drawings.
Yeah. My days of jacking off on a magazine are long over.
And even when they were going on, it wasn't over cartoon women. Like, you've seen nudie mags, right? Like,
yeah, you've heard of this thing called the internet, correct?
There's lots of sexy boobies on there, I hear, for relaxing.
Relax. Oh God, it's getting relaxing.
Yeah,
let's see here. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I mean,
now after seeing that, are you more or less likely to watch the new movie?
No, I mean, I'm sure I'll watch the new movie no matter what happens. Because I was like, what? Space Jam?
Right.
But who cares?
Right? And it's not like they did anything. Like, it was similar to, like, do you remember when they redesigned Lara Croft? And people were like, meh, she doesn't have polygonal or, you know, like, big old weird-shaped titties anymore. And it's like,
how dare you guys do this to me?
Yeah, and they're like, she doesn't have the big boobs. And it's like, yeah, it's way more practical because of all the running and jumping she does. My God, she would have been knocking herself like out like crazy with them things. You know, especially with those hard edges on them, you know, for
I mean, I'm looking at the comparison here. I mean, she's still got hips that don't lie. So, I mean, whatever. They just cut down on the bust size and gave her birthing hips.
Yeah, yeah.
Plus, like you said, she's a fucking cartoon rabbit.
Right? The fact that they gave her curves is still weird. Because rabbits don't generally have curves like that. They're also generally not ones to walk like on their hind legs only, or play basketball for that matter.
Right.
I mean, I'm sure there's some trick, some rabbits out there that can do some cool tricks, but,
Wow. This article I pulled up to look, they're showing people's tweets such as, damn, what have they done to our furry god? Oh, he spelled furry wrong. It says fury. Good job, idiot.
Well, maybe she's, a ticking time bomb of fury. I don't know.
And then this guy, this crap is getting so old. Let's just get rid of everything with sex appeal because it offers a small percentage of people, or offends a small percentage of people. Let's act like women, capitalized, with big boobs don't even exist.
Or we can go the other way and go, this is supposed to be a kid's movie, and why are we over-sexualizing something that doesn't deserve it? Like I said, why isn't she built just like Bugs with lipstick?
Well, there's one guy here.
Because it's not like rabbits have big meaty breasts and, thick juicy asses as far as I know. I don't look at rabbits much, but I'm assuming.
I mean, you're clearly looking at the wrong rabbit.
I guess so. These people clearly look at rabbits like that all the time.
One of these tweets they posted.
Yeah.
I don't think they knew what they're doing. Because the guy's is at Ultra Weed Hater, which is like whatever, but his name is Barry McCockiner.
Oh boy, yeah.
And then it's just they took away Lola's bunny tits for the sequel. I'm so furious.
Yeah, once again, movie aimed at children.
Whoa, slow down. What?
The movie's not supposed to be for furries. It's supposed to be for children.
What? Wait
just saying.
Hold on. I was totally going to gift to this or whatever.
Oh boy.
Isn't that a thing?
That is.
Gifting?
We talked about that many, many years ago on this program.
I know. I'm trying to remember.
Because I believe Tate was on the show when we talked about it.
I'm trying to remember so I can block it out.
Yeah. I would. Let's just move on. How about that?
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Back to other cartoons with big titties.
Oh, jeez. I'll never grow tired of this. Just shaking my head at these damn people. Because like I said, I'm just like, whatever. It's just, I don't know. Whatever.
It's the same feeling I get when people are like, bro, you don't watch hentai?
No.
It's like, no.
Like, if you do, fine. I'm not shitting on you, but I just...
Oh, I am.
Well, that's between you and that person and whatever amount of money you've decided on.
I know, right?
But, yeah, I'm just like, yeah. It's just, like I said, it just reminds me of the stereotypical comic book creep that we grew up with that is, thank God, not as much the complete norm of comic shops now,
Oh, my God, have you seen Power Girl's outfit?
Yes, I have. And yes, I know. Yes, I know. It has a big tit window. I get it. Yeah.
That is made in my thigh.
Thigh? You're being generous. No. I just made in my fupa.
Those fucking gays.
Yeah.
Fucking gay.
Those are the ones when we talked about that, before what was that? I think it was a couple weeks ago, the Q of the W, when it was the... I'm not getting paid enough for this bullshit, Yeah, those were the ones. And I remember back in those days, I used to call people on that stuff too, But which one do you think's hotter, Vampirella or Lady Death? Neither. They're fucking drawings.
Yeah, ink on paper, you son of a bitch.
Now, if you want to dress up two women in those costumes and ask me the question, then I might have an answer for you. Because at least then I feel like I'm looking at an actual person, not the other. But even then...
Show me some cosplay girls, and I'd be like, well...
Even then, I'm probably most likely to just go, they both look fantastic, and we will see you later.
I mean, they've achieved step one of good cosplay. Be hot.
Yeah. It helps. I mean, it depends on what you're cosplaying,
I mean, even if you're dressed up as a Master Chief, be hot.
Yeah, that's fair. Jabba the Hutt, hot. Yeah.
Especially in that outfit.
Yeah. You just can't see anything because of the outfit. It's like, I can just tell
you know what I did the other night?
Does this have to do with big titted comic girls and fapping?
Goddamn right.
All right.
No. I think, it was when we were watching Godzilla vs. Kong.
Oh, boy. Fap. Oh.
ate an entire pint of Ben and Jerry's absent-mindedly.
Nice. Which type?
Netflix and chill.
Okay. I haven't had that one.
Fucking delicious.
Mm.
But I'm just like munching away and I'm like, this is good. Oh, peanut butter ice cream.
Yeah.
Is that a pretzel?
Yeah. Oh, I must have dropped some on my thigh.
And then I was just like, oh shit, it's gone. I felt like trash. Trash, man.
That's why you got to buy them healthy ice creams out there, that are only like 200.
Fuck that noise. If I'm getting ice cream, I'm going all in.
No, I'm with you on that. I've had a couple that it's weird because you know how I am with like artificial flavorings or alternative flavorings. Usually I'm like, there's some weird aftertaste to me with them.
Yeah.
And one of them had like, the Kroger had them on, sale 2 for whatever. So I got one that was like lemon and the other one was like birthday cake. And at first I'm like, man, these are really good. After like a couple spoons of it though, I'm like, this isn't tasting as good now. Like there's this weird taste to it now. And I noticed that again every time. It's like if I had a couple spoonfuls of it, it was good. If I went beyond that point, I was like, something's off now. It was really weird.
Yeah, I've come to realize if I want to indulge in ice cream, those like keto friendly ones and all that, it's like I'm just gonna get actual ice cream and just bite the bullet.
No, I thought about it though, because I was like, if that were to happen with all foods, it would really probably help me not overeat various things that I shouldn't overeat, like pizza. If after like 3 slices, if it was like, man, this tastes, I'm on the 4th slice and I'm like, this tastes funky, I'd be done, Well, I probably wouldn't. I'd probably be on like the 6th piece before I'm like, all right, I should probably stop. But
like, this is funky. But
no, yeah. But there's still 3 pieces left. I have to finish.
There's nothing a little Parmesan cheese and red pepper flakes won't fix.
You're right. That probably would be the move. Well, let's see if this works. There we go. Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah, bro.
Yep. All right, I'm back.
Back in.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm the same way. I don't eat a lot of ice cream, but if I do, I'd rather just do like you said and just
take the hit.
Just take the hit. Yeah.
Yeah. If you're gonna dump shit in your body, make sure it's good shit.
I mean, yeah.
Just don't pull a me. Don't eat the whole damn pint in a sitting.
Yeah.
Like normally, I would like eat maybe a third of it and then put it away.
Yeah, that's usually what I do.
But I was just watching a movie and I just kept going.
So easy to do, right?
It said Sonya was gone.
Especially once it starts to melt just a little bit, when the spoon moves through it real quick, it seems like there's no more friction. So I feel like that just speeds you up, Next thing you know, you're just
trying to excavate these brownies and these caramel pretzels and stuff.
Sure. I mean, you got to get to that. Yeah.
Hell yeah, brother.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
You're done. There's just ice cream left in it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like pulling the marshmallows out of Lucky Charms.
What a dick move that is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Sure about DMX?
Yeah, actually, that was one of the things I had pulled up to talk about.
What the fuck's up with that?
I don't know, man. I saw it was
sort of overdose.
Yeah, he had a heart attack, and he's, from what I'm reading, not in great shape.
No.
Like, he's in a vegetative state and on life support. From what I read, I was like, holy shit. So yeah, it's
pretty crazy.
Yeah, they had a whole segment on him on I don't know, I think it was Entertainment Tonight they had on. And I walked by and I was like, oh yeah, they're talking about DMX now.
Yeah,
so,
y'all gonna make me lose my mind.
Yeah.
Up in here.
Yeah.
And I would be remiss, I hate to segue off of DMX, but I feel like we need to talk about Dave from
that. I also
Detroit.
had that written down to talk about.
Podcast
yeah,
Detroit.
I know some people who listen to us may not know who we're talking about, but if you've listened to our pal Dev's podcast, Shot of History, Dave's been on there for a while. As I don't know if they considered him a co-host or not. I'm assuming so because he's been on a bunch of episodes now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess, the other night I saw Stephanie from that show posted something that I was like, this is either like something celebrating somebody or somebody died. Like,
right.
And I was like, since there's nothing that says congratulations or happy birthday, I'm assuming the worst on this one.
Yeah.
And messaged Dev, and he confirmed that apparently, Dave's wife had found him unresponsive, and he had passed away the other night. And I haven't met him, but I've interacted with him a little online, and hearing him on Shot of History a bunch of times. You know, it seems, and reading, God, the stuff Stephanie's been posting about him since. I don't know if you've read any of that, but man, he seems like the best dude.
The couple times I recorded Shot of History, those guys got to hang out with him, and he was, and like the very first time I met him, probably one of the most generous dudes I've ever. I mean, he didn't know me from a hole in the wall. He's like, oh yeah, help yourself to this.
Well,
let's do some shots.
He also knew you from the Salty Language Empire. I mean, you know, let's not stop trying to be humble here. You know,
very generous, like treated everybody like it's his best friend.
Yeah.
That's the best way I can really describe the guy.
Yeah, that's the way Stephanie's, the stuff she's posted on her Facebook about him really made him sound like just a great guy and great friend.
He definitely, from what I knew of him, just a stand-up dude.
Yeah. For
sure. It really is too bad.
Yeah. So, we'll have to pour one out for him at some point here. So
big hugs out to Dev Cavlin and Stephanie and anyone else, honestly, who's obviously feeling the loss.
Well,
his family for sure.
Yeah, that podcast network was big.
It was real big.
It was well over 100 shows, I think he said the last time I heard him talk about it. I mean, they had a lot of shows.
Yeah.
So I don't know anything about the business end of things there, so I'm not going to, talk about that, but it's so I'm sure he's in some way or another, touched quite a few people. So it's a real shame though, And it's going to be weird listening to Shot of History without him on it. Because he's so, for anyone who hasn't listened, he's got a loud voice. He's kind of boisterous, and his laugh is definitely
laugh.
Yeah, he had a great laugh, and it's one you're gonna, like people who listen to their show, there's gonna be a void there.
Yeah, I imagine the first time they record.
Oh man,
it's gonna be really rough.
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah. So like I said, shout, pour one out for the fallen.
I got a little bit of my hazy IPA left, so I'll down the hatch just for Dave.
So it's Stone Cold. So here's to ya. Yeah. I didn't think about it, or I would have.
I don't have any whiskey upstairs currently. It's
I was going to say, I've got whiskey couple around me, but I don't have, I could just do a shot out of the bottle, but I don't have anything to drink out of in here other than the bottle.
I know, like you and I were talking about, trying to get the boys together over the weekend for a whiskey podcast, but then that news came out. I'm like, no way, Dev's gonna.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so. Yeah,
but maybe coming up soon, Dev, if you want to commiserate, and we don't even have to record anything.
True enough. Yep.
We can just hang out online, have some drinks and bullshit, just throwing it out there for everyone to hear.
Yeah.
It's what you and I do, Brian.
It's true.
We plot on the show.
It is true. We're very. It's funny. There's a wrestling podcast from these guys that they go by the moniker the Good Brothers, and the name of their podcast is called Talking Shop, and the whole point of it was they literally would be like talking shop, about pro wrestling on there. But they talk about all their business ventures, and they talk some stuff. Obviously, there's certain things you can't divulge because deals aren't quite done yet and whatever. But they will talk about things and reveal things early and shit like that, on the show. So it's kind of funny that when we do it, it reminds me of that, in that we're just like, what we should do, or we're just, hey, we're going to, before we ever put any real effort into anything.
Well, I think a lot of it's just got to, because, like, I have a very small amount of notes set aside, but basically just every one of our shows is just like stream of conscious.
Yeah, it is. Right.
Mm-hmm. So it makes sense that we're like, oh, as soon as it pops in our dumb fucking walnut heads.
Right. Yeah. Walnut heads. You must be talking about you. You ain't talking about me. I'm like right. Jumbo cabbage head over here.
For sure.
I'm basically like if you wrapped a basketball in cabbage, that's my head.
Sounds like the worst Jigs dinner ever.
I don't know why the basketball on its own wasn't good enough. I had to also wrap it in cabbage.
Because why not?
Fooled you.
I want to try to use that like analogy in real life. It's like a basketball wrapped in cabbage. Right. Like, what? What the fuck did you just say?
I'm like a puzzle wrapped in an enigma, wrapped in cabbage.
Wrapped in cabbage.
Like, what? Exactly.
I'm like a sexy Latin lover wrapped in cabbage.
Yes.
Wrapped in cabbage is my new favorite
Yeah,
thing.
it's the one, and now it's the new thing you put at the end of the fortunes instead of in bed. You just put wrapped in cabbage.
Wrapped in cabbage.
You will find prosperity with a new love, wrapped in cabbage. Like, am I loving pork? Like, what am I? Oh, man, I'll tell you, one of the things, even though we talked a ton of food last time, and I don't intend to do it a ton this week, but one of the things Stephanie posted that I didn't know existed, apparently there is a Polish/Mexican place in Detroit, or near Detroit, that has a pierogi taco. The outside is pierogi.
Wait a minute.
Now, this isn't for me because it's got cabbage mushed in it, but it's also got it's like kielbasa and cabbage. She has it on her, look on her Facebook. She actually has a picture of it posted on there.
Going right now.
And I was
real quick. I just generated a fortune cookie message.
Yeah.
The love of your life is stepping into your planet this summer, wrapped in cabbage.
Wrapped in cabbage. That would be kind of weird, wouldn't it? Someone shows up at your door wrapped in cabbage. You're like, hey, just remember you heard it here first.
Let's see here. I'm on the face page. Now I got to find Steph.
Yeah. Or you probably could have just went to Google and typed pierogi taco Detroit.
Well, you said to go to her face page.
Oh, yeah, I did. You're right.
God damn it, Brian.
Well, you don't normally listen to me. You usually I can just Google it. So let's see if I can.
We're scrolling. Oh, dude, how far? Are you sure? Wait. Nope.
It was just a couple days ago or so, but yeah, Polmex Fusion snack we needed. Actually, Detroit News did a gimmick covering it, apparently. It's at, I can't even pronounce the place's name because I'm sure I'll butcher it, but it's Pietrzzyk Pierogi.
Yeah,
it's at the Gratiot Central Meat Market.
I've done scrolled through her whole timeline.
All right, fine.
Pierogi taco Detroit.
Yeah.
Polmex, huh?
Yeah, when I saw that at first, I was like, what the? And I was like, oh my God, that's a fusion thing? Like, what a weird thing to...
Yeah, I need that in my life.
All right, here we go. This is from the Detroit News page. They're made with a pierogi as a shell and stuffed with slices of kielbasa, sauerkraut, grilled onions, and more. They're shaped like a taco, but taste like Polish food. And if it wasn't for the cabbage, I'd still, if I could go there and get something instead of the cabbage, I'd probably I just can't do the cabbage.
Wow, I need to go here.
Whoa. They also offer a kielbasa done up in the style of Chicago hot dog and serve craveable pepperoni pizza and cheeseburger stuffed pierogi.
Oh boy.
Oh no, apparently it's not, the pierogi taco's not on the regular menu.
Oh, my hopes and dreams have been crushed.
Yeah, maybe. Although maybe Stephanie has an in on that or something, so you may have to talk to her about that.
Yeah, maybe, huh?
So, yeah. I'll include the link to this in the show notes, so if anyone wants to have a look-see or read about it or learn how to spell Gratiot. Because it's pronounced Gratiot, but it's Gratiot. It's great because there's Gratiot, and then what's the other one that's right up there near it? Like Hamtramck, I think it is. Which...
Yeah. Looks like Hamtramck.
It looks like Hamtram CK. That's how you spell it.
Good old Hamtramck.
Yeah. I remember, as a kid, seeing Gratiot and Hamtramck, and I was like, how the hell do you pronounce either of those? Then when I heard him on TV say Gratiot, I'm like, Gratiot? I'm like, how the hell? I was like, okay. Hamtramck, at least, it's like, okay, that's, phonetically.
You can see it.
You literally can see it there, but Gratiot, I'm like, that looks like Gratiot or Gratio or...
Gratiot.
I mean, I don't know. It didn't look like Gratiot, that's for sure.
Right.
Anyway, yeah. Pierogi taco.
Goddamn Hamtramck.
Yeah. But, yeah, I keep seeing all these damn places that are within an hour of us with all this random good food, in that, what's that one on Instagram that I know you used to follow? It's has something to do
Detroit
with food.
Eats.
Yes. And I'm just like...
I still follow them.
I do too, and I'm like, we need to go to all of these places and just get stupid fat. then we'll just be the two fat guys on like mopeds.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, we just gotta get mopeds too. Don't forget that.
I mean, we can figure out a moped. Okay. It's no big deal.
Ooh, no, if we're fat, sidecar's kind of out. So, guess I'll have to get a. Well, if I have a sidecar, I want a monkey in it.
I mean, I guess.
I don't think that's too much to ask.
It's not too outrageous, I suppose.
Or the monkey's driving and I'm in the sidecar. Whichever. I'm not picky on that. Because between us, the monkey's probably the better driver if he's been trained.
He's probably untrained.
He's still probably better than me because he's
enough.
not going to freak out on the road, at least, probably.
Just in general. Just in life, he freaks out.
Well, that's fine. I can help him with that. We can help each other there, but the driving is where I'm not in a good place, so.
Right out.
Yeah. Also, I mean, how much do you want to have an alcohol called monkey sidecar? There's got to be for that monkey shoulder,
Sounds
right?
Like a sidecar is a cocktail.
Right,
so.
That's what I'm saying. A monkey shoulder cocktail called a monkey sidecar.
What isn't a sidecar? If it's scotch, I could totally make a monkey sidecar.
And if it isn't already named that, it is now.
Let's see here. Sidecar. Why is a drink called a sidecar? I just want the fucking recipe, you son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Brandy or bourbon? Oh, it's a sour. Yeah.
No. All right, maybe not.
Not a huge fan of sours. Monkey shoulder tastes. I don't think that would work with this.
No.
Cognac, Cointreau, and lemon, so it's very citrusy.
Okay. Damn. I thought we were onto something cool there. Because how cool would monkey sidecar merchandise be?
I mean, we could just make it just to see how it tastes.
Yeah.
Because it's cognac, orange liqueur, which I do have,
mm-hmm.
and lemon juice, which I mean, obviously I get. So instead of cognac, we use monkey shoulder.
Right. Because it's got to have, I mean, it's kind of got to be monkey shoulder, so because we need monkey.
Yeah.
So unless you know of another booze that has monkey in the title, it works in that place.
Oh, I'm sure there's, I mean.
Probably monkey paw or monkey anus or something like that out there.
Monkey-themed.
Monkey-themed liquor.
Yeah.
All right, I kind of want to start our own a really low-level bourbon called Monkey Anus.
Monkey Anus?
It's just like a monkey bending over, just showing its ass off. It's just bottom shelf.
Like you could call it Monkey Anus per se.
What? Why not?
But maybe you can call it like...
It's bottom shelf, and people will buy it because of the bottle and the gimmick.
But Monkey Anus?
Yeah, somebody will buy it.
What if it's
cheap?
What if we call it like Monkey Calamari because it looks like a bottle?
Probably not.
Yeah.
Dang it! All right.
Oh,
fine.
duh. I'm sitting here like got this amazing app that Dev told me about, Distiller. It's basically like
I thought you were meaning Pornhub.
No, I don't. Do they have an app?
I don't know.
It's basically like Untapped, but for hard alcohol.
Right.
So I'm just going to put in monkey and see what we get.
Yes. If nothing else, I feel like the win of the week is that I got you to search monkey on that app.
Got monkey shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, they have a smoky monkey. There's monkey chin.
Monkey
puzzle.
They should have called it smoked monkey. Is there's brass monkey beers. I know that.
The gas monkey cinnamon tequila.
Whoa, God, no. That sounds like a mess.
Monkey head unflavored vodka. Blood monkey gin.
Oh, my.
There's a lot of... Oh, never mind. We're out.
No? All right.
I was like Ciroc because mango. It's got nothing to do with monkeys.
Yeah, mango and monkey are spelled very differently other than the M. And the N,
wow.
I guess.
So the... Oh, well, that's why. It's only 3 people tasted it on this.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, why is Gas Monkey Cinnamon Tequila 5 stars out of 5 stars? Because 3 people have tasted it.
Dude, that just sounds no.
Yeah. You like Fireball and, like, feeling like you're dying?
Can you imagine throwing that up?
No.
Oh, my God. Ugh. I've thrown up tequila, and I've thrown up Fire and Ice. And the concept of mushing those two together and vomiting it, oh, God. No, thank you. They were terrible on their own, let alone together.
Sound amazing to you?
No, I'm good.
Huh.
And the reason I immediately go to that is if there's a good chance any more than half to one shot of it will make me do that. So,
right.
Yeah. Unless it's one of those high-end ones where they yell at you, kind of like scotch and stuff, where like if you shot a good scotch or something, they'd be like, what the fuck are you doing? Because I know there are tequilas and such out there that are meant for sipping.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
there's definitely some expensive high-end,
but
tequilas. I'm
I'm never going to buy those because I'm not going to, I just am going to assume I'm not going to like them. Someone else wants to buy them for me. I'm willing to taste them.
That's the one thing I regret when I went to Mexico is every day they had a tequila tasting.
Yeah.
And I just never made it down to it.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm not a big tequila fan.
Yeah, but you're at the source, right?
I'm at I'm at the source, and I've never really given it a chance.
Right.
When I was young, I had a bad tequila experience.
Yeah. Well, all my tequila experiences have been bad. Yeah. Right. Yep. That's the thing. I would definitely try some, but I'm not interested in any that are considered, like, hey, you do shots of this, I'm probably not going to like it.
Right.
Because I'm just, no. That's no bueno for me, but whatever. I know Dev did talk on the whiskey podcast. He talked about, like, at some point when we can, be nestled to his bosom, that, he may have some bourbons and tequilas for us to try. Because I believe I was besmirching tequila on that podcast heavily, as I tend to do. Because I should send a thing to The Rock and be like, hey, I hate tequila. Send me a bottle of yours to prove me, to try to prove me wrong. See if I can get free tequila.
Yeah, I gotta, not that he's ever going to listen to this, but I kind of want to call The Rock out on something.
All right.
Because I was on TikTok the other day, Brian.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a TikTok he was doing. Someone was, I can't even remember what they said, but it was like, let me see you take a shot of that tequila. And he had a bottle of it.
Yeah.
And it was like, it basically showed him like killing the bottle.
Yeah.
And I'm like, is there water in there, bud?
No, he just loves tequila that much. Clearly, it's so good.
To just sit there and kill a bottle?
It's so good. I don't know. I haven't had it. Yeah.
I was very sus.
Yeah, it's understandable. So
very
well,
sus.
and also like they have not positioned their tequila as a like shooting tequila. Every time you see The Rock with it, he has a glass with ice in it. He has a glass of. I mean, he does shots too, but most of the time he has a glass of it sitting on his table or whatever.
Right.
It looks more like they've positioned it as a drinking tequila, not a, shooting tequila. So, that's interesting that he would do that. But, I mean, I don't know. Maybe he did, maybe it was his cheat day. I don't know. Dude, you've seen how much food he eats on his cheat day. So putting down a bottle of tequila.
I was just.
All them pancakes with peanut butter, he was thirsty.
It didn't stick well.
Yeah, I understand.
I did not smell what The Rock was cooking.
Yeah, it feels like a movie situation.
Yeah.
Where like some random kid just grabs a bottle of whiskey and downs it, and you're like, yeah, okay. Like good luck with that.
That's kind of what it felt like to me. I'm like,
yeah.
Like as health conscious as he is he gonna like he might like have a cocktail.
Yeah.
I don't really see him crushing a bottle of tequila. I guess you never know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
Like I said, you've seen how he eats them pancakes. He just smears like peanut butter on them. Maybe he's just drying and just washes it down.
Dry as fuck. I've done that before. That is a dry move.
I mean, he put syrup. He put syrup over him too, but still, it's
peanut butter and syrup, dude. That's a good move there.
Yeah, dude. He don't screw around. So when he does cheat day, he does like. Other than just the amount of food he seems to eat, like he seems to do cheat day right or cheat meal, whichever it is. I don't remember with him if it's a day or it's a meal.
Dude, I had to stop doing cheat days because my cheat days turned into cheat weekends.
Yeah.
And then just turned into just cheat.
I think
this is my life now.
That's why a lot of nutritionists and stuff will be like, yeah, you shouldn't do cheat, meals and weeks and days, or if you do a meal and that's it. You get. anything you want at that one meal, and then right back on the horse afterward.
Yeah, like I just try to be as good as I can. But if I go somewhere and I see something delicious on the menu that is like, I know is going to make me feel like hot trash.
Right.
I go, Tony, you're going to feel like hot trash. Let's do this.
No, what happens is the two things, like the devil and the angel appear, and the one goes, Tony, you're going to feel like hot trash if you eat that. The other one just smothers it with a pillow.
Yeah, accurate.
And says, do it. And you're like, you're right. Then you're like, God damn it, why didn't you guys warn me?
It's true, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, then it dances on the grave. I am evil Homer. I am evil Homer.
Very nice.
Oh, God, I wish they would make a pop of that. Like him dancing on the grave. Oh, man. That'd be one of my favorites, I'm sure. Good stuff.
Good stuff.
Good stuff.
Indeed.
Yep. All right. Well, you got any more like life stuff, or are we moving into stories now?
I mean, one news story left.
Oh, okay. I got a few.
Just kind of touched on. Well, let me do my one.
All right.
You might have this one.
Okay, fair enough.
Maybe.
All right.
Baby in Iraq, first human documented with 3 penises.
Oh my! So it's basically got a hydra in its pants.
Yeah, Hail Hydra.
Wow, what kind of animal is that? To where you're human on top, hydra on the bottom? I feel like you got it backwards.
This baby, I guess.
Yeah.
It's apparently it's out of every 5 to 6 million births, diphalia can happen, which is you have 2 penises.
Okay, right. We've talked about people with 2 penises before.
A few years, like a year or so ago, Double Dick Dude on Reddit, if he's still around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, this is the first recorded case of triphalia.
All right.
So you got that kid going for you.
Well, that's. I just don't know, man. I don't know if that's a blessing or a curse. Feels like more curse than anything.
Well, it says, which is my favorite line of this whole news story.
Like, do you have to guess which one you're going to pee out of?
Well, that's what they're getting at. It says the 3-month-old boy has 3. Oh, God, excuse me. Despite this, there can be only, and it's in quotes, only one could be the true penis.
Oh, my, which means that it can pee. Yeah.
So say, the other ones do not possess urethras. So, I mean,
okay.
So.
There can be only one.
Right.
I have that on my soundboard for some reason.
The other 2 are McClunky, right? No.
McClunky.
So, wow. Because that guy we talked about with 2 says both of them work.
Yeah.
Like, I don't remember if he said he can pee out of both or not. I don't think so. I think he can pee out of one. But both can, get the job done. You know what I'm saying? So in this scenario, right, you should be like, hey, you got to put a condom on. He's like, nah, baby, I don't even have the urethra in this one. like, is that the move? Is that?
Well,
you're like, look, if you want to use the middle one, then yeah, we got to wrap this shit up because I ain't trying to get nobody pregnant. But if you want left or right, then we good.
Yeah, this thing goes off like a sprinkler head, so. That we'll never find out because they surgically removed the other one.
Oh my goodness!
Because
in the end, there can be only one.
Yeah, that's all right, fine.
Yeah. So I don't know what's up with Double Dick Dude, Donnie.
Wow.
I unfortunately, but also fortunately saw a picture of the double.
Oh,
dicks.
Nice. Well, that's fun. So
Reddit,
right. Okay, so dude turns whatever older, and parents are like, "Hey, sit down. We got something to tell you."
Yeah.
Like, you used to have all the penises.
Yeah. You know those little nubs on your crotch that look like Hellboy's horns?
Yeah. Oh, that'd be kind of cool, though, right? Like, if you had horns on the side of the thing, that'd be kind of neat.
Well, just the little nubs.
Oh, all right. Not as neat.
You got a little, stump dick.
Yeah.
I mean, where's Tate with our stump dick
up there? Right? So, yeah, can you imagine, though, at some point when they tell him that? Like, hey, you used to have 3 wangs, and now 1.
Like, we're pretty sure you were an X-Men, but we put it in that shit.
Yeah. We're like, listen, ain't no freaks in this family,
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Like, you will have 1 penis in this family, like the rest of us, and you will like it. And like, oh, all right.
I mean, he was born in the clan McCloud.
What if?
In the end, there can be only one.
Man. I mean, what if he needs a transplant later? He had an extra one then. What if some freak accident happens and one gets severed? He would have still been okay. He was like, listen, I still got two.
He already had two severed already.
Right? It's like, now man. That's like, that's like getting a kitten and immediately killing it twice. I mean, what are you doing? Yeah, it's got true. 7 more lives, but, you didn't have to get rid of the first 2.
I mean, he could have been the one-man triple penetration
right?
guy.
He had 2 1-ups, and they took him away.
Right?
No, I assume there's some medical reason they don't want him to exist with 3.
It didn't really
Didn't
say.
All right.
No. Because there's only one true penis, apparently.
Those circumcision experts are going to be all over this one.
I mean, it said in 2015, they said that an Indian boy is the same way, and the 2 were removed for the same reason, that there's only one true penis. But it said there's no medical study or that verifies this claim, so they don't know if that actually happened. But this one, for sure happened.
For sure, yeah. The other one, they're like, it's kind of sketchy, but this one, 100% happened. All right.
Of course.
Yeah.
Top comment. Think of the possibilities.
I know, right? That guy maybe gone on, had a luscious porn career. You don't know what life might have had for that guy.
Right?
Jeez.
Oh, of course. And someone throws in a goddamn dad joke in the comments. I heard of a guy of 5 schmeckles. His pants fit like a glove.
That's a good dad joke, though. Not gonna lie, that's a good one. I like that. Oh man. All right. Well, I certainly did not have that one. So yeah.
There you go.
All right. Well, the first one I have is police say they found mafia fugitive on YouTube because he was posting cooking tutorials.
That's hilarious.
He's been on the run from the police. What is it? Yeah, he's been hiding since law enforcement ordered his arrest in 2014 for criminal drug trafficking. And he's been hiding, and the way they found him was he's posting these cooking videos, and he was hiding his face the whole time, but he didn't cover his tattoos.
Binging with Babish?
Huh?
Binging with Babish?
No, I don't.
Oh, man, he's like a famous YouTube guy.
Oh, no.
You can't see his face, but you just see his arms and his tattoos as he preps food from TV shows and movies?
No. That's kind of funny, though. Wouldn't it be hilarious
if actually bought me his cookbook?
Wouldn't it be funny if that was him, though?
That would be. That's why I was like, binging?
No, it's, I don't think it says his, username or whatever, but he's I believe, an Italian man.
So his YouTube's name is probably like Vinny the fucking whatever. Vinny the marinara guy.
Probably. That seems likely. Yeah.
Probably.
But yeah, so they ended up identifying him by his tattoos.
Hey, fucking like and subscribe to Daddy Meatballs.
So for everyone out there, if you're running from the police but still got to post them delicious recipes on the YouTubes, cover your arms up. You silly geese.
Hey, this is fucking Tommy the Meatball. No. You want to make Grandma's Sunday gravy?
Oh, jeez.
Stay tuned. Like, subscribe, eh?
Right. And don't rat me out.
Yeah, fucking don't rat me out.
I'm hiding over here.
Hey, oh.
That's terrible. But yeah, I just thought it was just it's funny because people, the way they post stuff, I've been amazed for years how we all have cameras around us all the time. And yet people still behave the way they do.
Right, people are savages.
It's mind-blowing how people are just like, I can't believe I got caught. And you're like, there's a fucking camera right there. Oh, yeah. It's like, oh.
Yeah, everybody's a film crew. You have a tracker in your pocket.
Right? It's like, I was watching Ridiculousness one night, and Tommy Lee was on there, and he was talking about how back in the day, anything goes on the tour bus, basically, except for no one shits on the tour bus. That's not okay. But
I mean, that's right out.
Right. But he's like, now you gotta have that guy at the door that was like, all right, give us your phones and give us the, any sort of devices, because we got to make sure that there aren't pictures being, all this shit. And he's like, it was so much better back in the day. And I was like, yeah, I bet, because I bet a whole lot of sketchy shit goes on those buses.
Oh, you think?
Yeah, especially on Motley Crue's buses. I'm sure they were pretty sketchy.
Jesus.
And it was just like with this, it's just like, I'm sure this guy was like, I'm blurring my face, I'm good. And no one was ever like, hey, maybe the tattoo with your family name on it you should cover, or whatever.
Yeah, you notice that guy's knuckles say Vinny the Meatball?
Yeah. And the other
Isn't
one,
he wanted?
his arm tattoo says like on the run since 2014. Ha ha, coppers. Like
Yeah.
what?
Suck it, pig.
Yeah.
What? Is that what that says?
So yeah, like what a maroon.
Yeah. Ooh-wee.
Staying in the field of
Vinny the Meatball?
no, pasta actually. Since
I need to make Vinny the Meatball as a D&D character.
But you've got to talk like that the whole time, of course.
Fucking Vinny the Meatball.
Yeah. Did you see that Dan Pashman of the Sporkful podcast, which is a phenomenal podcast anyone should go listen to if you're interested in food?
Thing, right?
Yeah, he partially or co-created or created, I don't know exactly what.
Yeah, I listened to that whole series.
Yeah, I haven't listened to it yet, so I didn't know that, but it was funny.
It made me actually eat pasta because hearing him talk about how much he loved pasta.
Have you tried it?
Pasta. No, you can buy it, but you have to buy it as a 4-pack, and it's like $18 or $19.
Oh, not okay with that yet. Yeah. Well,
it's kind of his shape. I get because like one plant produces it.
Yeah,
it's a whole thing. If you all listen to the whole run,
yeah,
it's Mission Impossible.
Right.
On the Sporkful. It's like a 5-part series, I think.
Yeah, and for those who don't listen to his show, he's very he thinks a lot about stuff like how you assemble a sandwich to get the perfect bite and different stuff like that, which I can appreciate because there are times where I've actually kind of shifted the way I'll eat something a little bit because of what he said, and he's not wrong sometimes, on some of it. But other times it's like, dude, you just need to stop and enjoy the food. Like, just stop worrying about it.
To basically summarize it, and this is a multiple-year journey he went on.
Yeah. And he spent at least $10,000 of his own money, according to this article.
Yes.
Yeah.
He wanted to devise the perfect pasta shape.
Right.
So I wouldn't mind trying it.
Yeah. Well, here,
listen to the whole thing is great, though.
There's a quote in here from him. It says, I mean, look, spaghetti is fine. I'll eat any pasta you put in front of me if I'm hungry, but it's just a tube. It doesn't do very much, and I think we can do better. And I kind of agree with him because after learning more about why certain shapes are used with certain sauces and dishes and whatnot, I've always kind of wondered why with spaghetti, why we just use this tube that doesn't really, unless you really, when you wind it up, it holds sauce. But on its own, it doesn't really hold the sauce all that much, and I always kind of wondered about that.
I'll be honest, I'm not a spaghetti fan.
Yeah.
There's other noodles I would rather eat.
Right. I'm the same way. I rarely buy spaghetti. I usually will buy, I'll just use the same sauce, but I'll buy ziti or I'll buy, other pastas that hold the sauce a little better.
Hey. Yeah, no, I get it.
I call it my buddy Meatball Vinny, or Vinny the Meatball.
Fucking
Sorry.
Vinny the Meatball.
I say, hey, Vinny. But, he breaks down. I'll have this article in the show notes, too, if anybody wants to do it. I believe the name of the pasta is it cascatelli?
Yeah, I believe that's what it was.
I think that's what it says here.
Hearing them figure out what the name, because I didn't know this about pasta, but it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
This pasta is basically named after what it looks like.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that either.
So,
all right.
So, the great example is what we call angel hair pasta in Italy is called vermicelli.
Right.
And in Italian, that means little worms.
Oh, yeah, that's okay. That's understandable because it is very thin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I was like, oh, it made a lot of sense once they said that. So they're trying to name it's just a great little, it's like, every episode's about a half hour long. So it's about a little over 2 hours to listen to the whole epic.
Yeah.
Of him creating his fucking pasta.
Yeah. Like I said, it's just a good show to listen to anyway. I got you hooked on it. Because I was listening to it, and I was like, dude, you should listen to this. It's a good podcast.
I mean, you know how much I enjoy my food.
That's why I suggested it, because it's not just a normal food podcast. Like I said, this guy's quirky. He's a little weird, but I dig him. And a lot of the guests he's had on have been really good conversations, and I love hearing the way he talks to people about food is different than the typical food talk, So, yeah, but he talks about, how this pasta is easier to grab with a fork, how it has ruffles in it to create what he calls a sauce trough. And he said the ruffles are at 90-degree angle. That means whatever direction you bite from, you're going to get resistance. You're going to be able to sink your teeth into it, which I can get behind because, again, I dig that, So I'm with you. It's like if we could find a way to get a hold of this to where it's not as much, I would really like to try this.
Well, I after I listened to the thing, because I was a little behind, I clicked the link, and like originally when they first came out, you could buy individual boxes of it, and I think it was still
probably
like $4.99 a box,
which really isn't horrible compared. Like if
pasta,
if you're looking at like if you're buying alternative pastas, especially like chickpea and some of those others, they're about $4 or $5 for boxes of it.
Yeah,
so,
fair enough.
It's in that range.
It was like the last time I looked at the website, it was like, due to like overwhelming demand.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
You can only buy it in a 4-pack, and it's going to take like 10 weeks or something to get to you.
Yeah, because it's only made by one place, I believe.
Company's doing
yeah,
it.
that's the problem is you don't have Bertolli making it or whoever else, Yeah, you're right. It's still showing at the same price because they're about $5 a box.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But I would be curious to try it. Like I said, I mean, well, the reason, well, not the reason, but
wow, that's a long cook time though. The cook time for the pasta is 13 to 17 minutes.
Because it's thick.
Yeah, it says check it 13 and then cook the. So wow.
But I mean, I after listening to that, I was like craving Italian, and we eventually.
Oh, that's a really cool shape.
Opened back up again, which was awesome.
Yep.
We had a nice little dinner at Calvino's. I got me some pasta, and it was delicious.
Yeah. I'm looking at the shape now because the article that I'm looking at, it didn't have the dang shape in it.
That's just dumb,
right? So I'm finally getting to look at the shape. That's a really interesting design. All right, I'll have the link to the place to buy it too, in case anybody wants to. Also, so you can actually look at the shape of it. Because once again, if you're listening to the podcast, you're not going to see the shape unless they post it as their image for the episode or whatever.
Not that I ever saw.
Yeah.
I had to do some research so I could see the shape.
Fair enough. Yeah. Did you see this past weekend, I believe it was, there was an MMA fighter who lost his finger in the cage?
I did not see that.
Yeah.
Did he check behind the cow?
Stop it.
Classic.
Yeah, he did. No, dude, he lost his finger, and he ended up losing because, he literally, the other guy won by TKO, detached finger. Says, as the fight ended between the second and third rounds, when someone in Pliev's corner pointed to his left ring finger, or where it used to be, and was presumably like, where'd that one go? Nobody knew where it was, but it was very clear it was not where it was supposed to be.
Wow.
While the exact
figure out what happened to it?
Well, while the exact circumstances of the detachment are not clear, like they don't know how it came off, basically.
That's fucked up.
The two fighters spent a good chunk of the second round grappling, and it seems a glove grab from his opponent may have begun the sequence. In the second round, he caught my glove with one hand and held it, Pliev said. I felt my fingers snap. He kept pulling my glove and my finger snapped. So what probably happened is he snapped it and then literally probably pulled the guy's finger off from the grip.
Oh, God. That gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah, he says, we kept fighting. When the second round was finished, I see my bone was out in the open. I wanted to keep fighting because I felt like I had this guy. But the doctor saw that and was like, nah. Like the doctor stopped the fight. CM Punk.
MMA fighters are just sad.
Oh, I know, right? Well, you know the old story about, was it Mike Singletary? Remember when they were like, he broke his finger and they like his fingertip was broken off on his one finger? Yeah. Well, I think it was Singletary. If not, it was someone else. Maybe it might not have been Singletary. Ronnie Lott, I think, might have been who it was. Anyway, whoever it was, they had like a fingertip broken off, and they were like, well, you're going to have surgery in your nerve. And he was like, can you just cut it off, basically? And they just cut his fingertip off, and he went back into the game, which is fucking nuts.
It is fucking
I don't
nuts.
care if it's a Super Bowl. I don't care what it is. I'm probably going to be like, ooh, man, I guess I'm done for today.
Yeah, like, I like my fingertip, so yeah. I think I'm good.
Yeah. CM Punk, who was commentating on the fight, asked Goodale what was up with the whole finger loss thing, and Goodale said he couldn't remember since he'd also been punched in the head a bunch before the incident. Officials scoured the cage and couldn't find the finger, and the PA announcer even asked fans to look around their seats and see if they could find it. Can you imagine being at an event and the announcer's like, Hey everybody, can you please look around your seats? One of you has won a terrible prize.
You get a finger. You get a finger.
Oh my God. Can you imagine if that was the case? Like you're sitting ringside and you're like, geez, I got it. It's right there in your like fries, you know?
It's floating in your pitcher of beer.
Yeah. Oh. That's hilarious. Where it was in his glove the whole time. And
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, he went to the hospital for reattachment surgery, which they say seems to have gone well. They got the ligaments lined back up, and it looks like he's going to be able to use his hand, or that finger still. That's crazy, though, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a new one. I haven't heard that one yet.
Yeah, I don't remember who I saw posted on Twitter, and I'm like, what? And, they were, of course, like, maybe don't look at the video. I'm like, okay, I'm going to listen because I don't so much want to see that. But I do want to read about what the hell happened, because how does someone lose? I'm thinking he's on the cage, and maybe his finger gets gnarled in the cage and someone pulls him, or, that's one of the reasons I think, not one of the major ones, but why every time they grab the cage, they're always like, hey, let go of the cage, But yeah, good times, huh?
Oh, God. That just makes you go.
I know, right? Like, and the fact they couldn't find it for a while, that they literally had to go on a scavenger hunt to find it, and then it was like, oh, wait, hold on, it was here all the whole time.
Just kidding.
Yeah. Like, fuck. I mean, I'm sure the guy was like, whew, I'm glad we found it. But, yikes.
Wow.
Yeah. Also, can you imagine having your fucking finger ripped off and you're just like, I don't know where it is. I don't know what happened. That it's like.
Yeah, I would be like, hey, I mean.
Can we call a timeout? I lost a finger. Like, you give me 5 minutes if I get kicked in the dinghies, but
like,
can I have a minute for my finger?
I was getting dinner put together, and I was, choppa, and I chopped into my finger because I wasn't paying attention. I was bullshitting.
Yeah.
And that shit still hurts.
Yeah. Delicious in the food, though. Yeah.
Like I chopped into it hard.
Ooh, yeah.
I know. Wow.
Yep. Meanwhile, this guy was like, whatever, it's already gone. Let's keep going.
Yeah, that's wild.
Let's square up. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Sorry. So the last story I have is, sorry, Tony, but Putin was voted Russia's hottest man this year.
Bullshit.
I thought you were going to get it this year.
Yeah, this is bullshit. I'm just telling you.
My first thought when I read this was, first of all, I was like, okay, I got to see if this is legit. It's legit.
Collusion.
Yeah. Second of all, I was like, so was he the only one who voted? Or
I mean, probably, right? Or
did they like, hey, if you want to vote for sexiest man alive, go into that tent and there's just a guy with a gun in there and he's just like, you're voting Putin. Okay. Done and done.
Wow. I just somehow think that maybe there was a little influence or something going on.
Yeah.
I don't really believe that he won.
Well, here's the funny part. All right. According to a poll by superjob.ru, published Friday, 18% of men and 17% of women surveyed named him as Russia's most handsome man.
Really? Lies.
More men than women. More men than women found him as the most handsome man.
Lies, and I challenge him to come on our podcast and defend it.
And if you put those two together, that's still only 35%.
Because no one over there knows how to vote.
That means 65% of people who voted did not vote for him, but they didn't vote for enough mathematically to...
They didn't vote for anybody. They voted for staying alive in the fucking tundra.
Right. Well, hold on. This gets better. All right. So, the 68-year-old bachelor, ladies, is the only individual to receive double digits in the open-ended questionnaire. 19% of men called themselves as Russia's most handsome man. Well,
that's hilarious.
18% of women said there are no handsome men in Russia.
That's even funnier.
So with a whopping 35%, he crushed the competition, basically.
I mean, I just have a feeling that, like, if you didn't vote for him in this contest,
yeah,
it's like, war zone. Welcome to the gulag.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. Yep. And, to celebrate, he just signed into legislation something allowing him to remain as president through 2036.
That seems legit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I'm sure there was no pressure on anyone to do that either.
No.
Totally of their own accord. They were like, what would be a great idea?
Yeah.
Hey, sexiest man in Russia till he's 83 running this joint.
Think about it, people. We should have him here till he just dies of old age.
Yeah. No, he's not going to. He's not going to die of old age. He'll die wrestling a bear, damn it.
I mean,
shirtless.
I guess it's a good way to go.
Yeah, I feel like that is a pretty heroic way to go. I feel like you probably got a shot at Valhalla if you go out wrestling a bear, depending on how things go. I mean, as long as it's a clean fight, like you just grab the bear's undercarriage. Huh?
It's Putin. There's no clean fight.
Yeah, but if you grab a bear's undercarriage, I don't think they're going to welcome you into, Valhalla with that on your record.
I mean, I suppose.
Yeah. It just doesn't seem right.
Maybe they celebrate you, ripping off bear testes.
Well, if you rip them off, that's another story. If you just grab them, they're just like, what's this garbage,
Well, I mean, it's because he's grabbing them sensually, not aggressively.
Right. Like he oils his chest up first. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeesh is right.
That's the way to go, though. I figure. Like, if you ever have to have hand-to-hand combat to the death with somebody, or it's some like, gladiator kind of situation, you always have to ask for some sort of oil first and oil yourself all up.
Oh, yeah.
So you're as sensual as possible.
Oh, I find so you can light yourself on fire and become the flaming gladiator guy.
Or that, whichever.
Yeah.
I mean, I figure that's the backup plan. You just earl yourself up real good and try to win, and it's like, okay, it doesn't look like I'm going to win. Then you pull the match out and plan B.
I mean, I think it's a solid plan.
Yeah. And even better, if you can give the guy a hug while you're setting yourself on fire, you still kind of win. It's a draw then, right? Because you're both dead. So
that's true.
So you're not taking an L at least when you die. You either win or it's a draw. There's no L's in the column.
Win, lose, or wait.
Nope.
I guess there is no lose.
Nope.
Win, die, or draw? I don't know. I got nothing.
Win, die, and draw? I don't know. Whatever.
That too?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, quite. Yes.
Right. So I figured now Putin has to take on the winner of Hobie's Sexiest Canadian or whatever they call it for, like, in a cage match or something, right?
Dude, I would love to see that. It's a gulag strap match.
Gulag strap-on match? What?
Yes.
Yikes.
Yeah, they both have dildo arms. So
No.
Kind of look like.
They just over on the wall. They just have assorted strap-ons, and you can choose what you do with them. You can wear them on your arms, face.
Assorted.
Yeah.
Like choose your weapon.
Yeah, like in combat where they, choose your weapon. Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense to me.
Yeah, it makes sense to me too.
Choose your weapon. All right.
Choose your dildo. What?
Okay, we're going to need you both to stand back to back, 10 paces, turn, and then run at each other with
your floppy weapons of
right.
destruction.
Last man standing wins. That's how it goes.
I mean, seems legit.
Yep. And like I said, you just have to remember to, you got to oil up real well first.
Earl up, Brian.
Yep.
You said it wrong.
Yeah, you got to earl up real good so that you're looking nice and sexy when you win. That sun, glinting off of your early skin,
Oh, hell yeah, brother.
Yep. All right. That's all I got. Oh, wait. I got one more thing.
All right. What you got?
Almost forgot about this.
Oh, yeah?
I need this to load, though, because it was something I saw on Twitter the other day, and it's just ridiculous. But, so, there was a... Man, this is going to take forever, isn't it?
Just because you want to talk about it.
It is, yeah, and I almost forgot about it. All right, so someone posted on Twitter the other day. It's what's the account? at Scotty Beam posted like a candy bracket. Did you see this?
No.
All right. So they did 16 different candies, and they, I don't know if they argued it on their podcast or whatever, but I figure we need to do this real quick.
Okay.
Okay. So what they did was they ranked them 1 to 16. We're in a basketball tournament or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the first one up is the number 1 seed is Reese's Peanut Butter Cups against number 16 Whoppers. And, I'm not going to lie. When I was a little children's, it was close. Honestly, now I'd rather have Whoppers.
Yeah, I was like, I'm a Whoppers dude.
I love Whoppers.
Peanut Butter Cup.
Yeah. So for us, that would be an upset because obviously that's a 16 beating a 1. That's like the biggest upset you can have.
Yeah.
Now I know, and I fully understand. Reese's Peanut Butter Cups won that one with them, which I can understand. All right, the next one is the 8 seed versus the 9 seed. 8 seed Twizzlers against 9 seed Snickers.
Oh, fuck off Twizzlers, bro.
Yeah, I love Twizzlers, but Snickers all day.
Yeah, oh yeah.
All day.
There's no that's a fucking trouncing.
Right. And honestly, it would be a bigger whooping if it was dark chocolate Snickers.
Well, yeah.
Because I love those even more than regular Snickers.
We're not talking about Snickers Special Forces here, though.
Right. However, in their bracket, Twizzlers won.
Oh, jeez.
But Twizzlers is the higher ranked one in their bracket, which I wouldn't have agreed with.
I don't understand.
No. All right, the next one, the 5 seed Swedish Fish, which that's way too high for Swedish Fish. But and the 12 seed Junior Mints.
I'm a Junior Mint guy.
I would rather. I think I'd rather have Junior Mints of the two. Yeah, I don't love Swedish Fish.
They're just like chewy nothing. They barely taste like anything.
Yeah. Swedish Fish won for them because obviously
I want some squishy. Give me a gusher, bitch.
Right. Well, and I figured Swedish Fish would win for them because they have it as a 5 seed. So
who are these guys again?
I don't know.
I don't think they know what they're talking about.
All right, the next one, the 4 seed Kit Kat versus the 13 seed Jolly Ranchers.
Wow.
That's not tough for me. It's Kit Kat all day.
Yeah, I was like, I do love me some Jolly Ranchers, but
you know what?
They don't make them in the big flat bars. You can suck them into a shiv anymore.
When we were children's, it might have gone the other way for me, but because just like give me all the sugar. But now it's like, nah, I don't want them. I don't want those things stuck on my teeth. Kit Kat all day.
Yeah, I got to go for Kit Kat too.
Not to mention, I mean, I don't know if you remember in commercial art, like my class had to do a thing where we had to redesign a candy packaging and all this stuff, and Kit Kat was the one I picked. So
right,
boom. All right, 6 seed M&M's versus the 11 seed Gummy Bears, and the Gummy Bears just generically is tough because you really have to almost name a brand.
Yeah,
because some are better than others.
If we're talking Haribo or whatever, those are okay.
Also,
I don't think they're super flavorful.
It just says M&M's. It doesn't specify which.
Yeah, if we're
M&Ms.
talking basic bitch chocolate M&Ms, I'm out. It's Gummy Bears because I don't like your standard issue M&Ms.
I'm with you. I don't either. Generally, I mean, the first M&Ms I usually buy will be the peanut butter ones, but
I'll take peanut M&Ms over Gummy Bears.
100%.
Regular ass M&Ms, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm with you.
It's Gummy Bears bouncing here and there and everywhere.
Right. All right, the next one, 3 seed Twix versus the 14 seed Milky Way.
I'm a Milky Way guy.
I'm Twix on that one.
Yeah, give me that delicious caramel and nougat.
I like Milky Way, but again, it's like if it's Milky Way dark, I might go that way. But just regular Milky Way, it almost hurts my teeth. The sweetness, so
it's like an old man candy bar.
It kind of is, yeah. All right,
I will shove an old man down some stairs to get Milky Way.
Now this one I found funny because this was actually the subject of a Taste Buds episode. Number 7 seed Skittles, number 10 seed Sour Patch Kids.
I'm Sour Patch Kids.
Man, that was a tough one for me. To me, that's a coin flip.
I've never been a big Skittles guy.
Yeah, I would be as happy with either one, but it's probably Sour Patch Kids by a hair for me.
Right.
So, because I will sit and eat a whole damn bag of those. So.
Yeah, I like the gummy, I like the sour, and the Skittles have never done it for me.
Yeah, that's fair. Number 2 seed Starburst versus number 15 seed Nerds. I'm Starburst on that. It's not close. I like Nerds, but Starburst, I love Starburst.
Yeah, it's like I would rather have a Starburst than a Nerds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Unless we're doing the Bolo nerd spit in the church parking lot, like
Right.
when we were 10 or whatever.
So
fucking gross.
In their next round, they had. I'm not going to do hours from here, basically, unless you really want to keep playing it out. I was just more okay. So,
but next year we should come up with a bracket.
I agree. And cereal, which we talked about before. This is what I think we should just start doing. Is we should just start bracketing out like foods and do it that way. Anyway,
I'm not mad at this idea.
So in the second round, they have Reese's versus Twizzlers, which
Reese's Windmill Slam Dunk.
Yeah, I like Twizzlers, but Reese's because just Reese's anyway.
Yeah.
They had Twizzlers moving on.
What?
Yeah.
Who are?
Wait. Okay, so the next one is Swedish Fish versus Jolly Ranchers. I forgot to mention they had Jolly Ranchers beating Kit Kat.
Oh, jeez.
So what would you pick out of those two? For me, it's Jolly Ranchers, right?
Yeah, it's Jolly Ranchers because Swedish Fish suck.
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't
give a shit. They're from Sweden with the big titty blonde bitches.
I
don't care.
I'm not a big fan.
They don't taste like big titty blonde bitch.
I hope not. I hope those taste better than those things. So the next one is They had gummy bears beating M&Ms, which is, like I said, I don't think is right because even if you're going, okay, any gummy bears versus any M&Ms wins in a landslide.
Yeah, because of Team M&M versus Team Gummy Bear, and they can recruit from any of their factions.
Yeah, it's M&Ms all day for sure. That's like the NWO versus I don't know the Blue World Order.
Needed the money.
Hey, yeah. Anyway, so they have Gummy Bears versus Milky Way. I'm Milky Way on this one.
Oh, I mean Milky Way for life.
Yeah. Because again, I like gummy bears, but again, it depends on which gummy bears. Because I've had some gummy bears, and I've had some really good ones. So, and I feel like you have to name a brand because all the other candies in there's a brand with it. Otherwise, why isn't jelly beans or something like that on there? You know what I mean? Like
peach rings,
right? Ugh, those
fruit slices.
Dude, I like those fruit slices.
Those weird strawberry hard candies that every grandma has.
Why aren't Werther's on here?
Fucking Werther's.
That's what our bracket should be. It should be old man candy.
Yeah, shitty old man candy.
Or just candy from our youth, like old man candy,
Oh, yeah.
All right, so the next one is Skittles versus Starburst.
That's Starburst.
Yeah, I think I go Starburst too.
Yeah, fuck you, Skittles.
Yeah, I like both again, but all right. So the next round, they have Twizzlers versus Jolly Ranchers. If I have to pick between those two, it's Twizzlers.
Yeah, we finally hit a point of their bracket.
Yeah,
where Twizzlers has defeated something.
Yeah, that's
in my eye.
Right. So right now they have Twizzlers sitting in the final.
That's bullshit.
Yeah, Twizzlers don't belong.
That's not a finals team.
No, it's not. You're right.
I don't care how hard they practice. They're not making the finals.
So the 8 seed is Twizzlers. So, you have the 8 seed as one of the finalists. All right, in the other semifinal, you have Milky Way versus Skittles.
Well, it's Milky Way for me.
For me, it'd be Skittles, but I can see going Milky Way. They have Milky Way winning. So their final is the 14 seed Milky Way versus the 8 seed Twizzlers.
I mean, if I'm putting money down on this, I'm betting Twizzlers because these guys seem like they don't know their candy.
Yeah.
But if I'm playing with my heart, it's Milky Way. Like I already bought the Milky Way champion hat.
Oh, okay. Here we go. This is from FanDuel. Actually, is where this originated. I didn't realize. Really? I didn't see the logo in the corner. Yeah, I wasn't scrolled down far enough. Yeah. But the answers that I'm looking at are from that account that I told you.
Right.
This person has Milky Way winning the whole deal, and honestly, I'm Twizzlers of the two, but neither of those belongs in the finals.
No, what sort of alternate universe did this appear in?
Right. What I love is this is one of those things that started a thing on the internet where people are like, "Are you out of your damn mind?" kind of a thing.
Yeah. Are you out your head?
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems insane to me.
Right. Like the first comment that shows on here, says the fact that Twix lost right out the gate invalidates this whole shit show. Jolly Ranchers. The next one's Jolly Ranchers over Kit Kat is a bigger crime, So
yeah, wow.
Now this I can understand at least. As someone with a peanut allergy, Twizzlers wins every time. Like
yeah, but someone with a peanut allergy, you should probably be phased out by life. I'm like, tell you.
Oh wow, that's
you don't
pretty
eat
harsh.
candy. You can't even vote. You don't eat candy.
Pretty harsh, man. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I just like I said, my biggest
we had an
issue.
allergy safe candy bracket. Now we're talking. We don't have that here. This is a world of danger.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
There really should be. The one I had the problem with is, like I said, the gummy bears, because you can't just randomly pick gummy bears without assigning a brand.
Yeah, that'd just be like saying, and in the here comes a 9th seed chocolate bar.
Yeah.
Like, well, okay,
right?
let's dial this in. No.
Yeah.
Chocolate bar.
Also, I mean, I gotta ask some questions here. Like, Nerds beat like Butterfinger? I mean,
hey, who assembled this list?
Mr. Goodbar? I mean,
did someone just get like all the blow in their system and just go into a candy store and just running around grabbing shit?
It's very well. Do you know one thing I noticed about most of these candies is they're available at the movie theaters. Maybe not Nerds, but most of these other. I don't know about gummy bears either, but
yeah, you can buy a bag of Haribo at the movie.
Okay,
maybe that's a movie theater candy.
Jolly Ranchers. I know Swedish Fish you can buy there. Jolly Ranchers though.
That seems like an awful movie candy.
Yeah. It
Let me clack this hard candy in my mouth for 30 minutes while I'm watching this sensual movie.
Why is that? I love that it had to be a sensual movie too.
Yeah, well, there's this touching moment. I've got a green apple hard candy lodged in my molar.
Oh, it's a touching moment if you know what I'm saying. Yeah. The worst part would be your hands get all sticky from them damn things. Then if you do have a touching moment, it could go catastrophic.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, oh, geez.
You decide to pull a peewee in there.
Right. Or you lose a finger in there and can't find it,
Yeah,
whatever.
check your glove.
Yeah. All right, let's do our Q of the W.
All right. Well, first off, I have to make a few apologies.
Yeah, you do. Just for who you are as a person and...
Yes.
Oh.
No, last week I could not find our Q of the W post on Facebook, and it is there.
Yeah.
And then I got bullshit from Michelle, and she's like, "You didn't read my thing." I'm like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "When did you answer it?" She's like, "Why are you recording?" I'm like, "Oh, well, I didn't refresh it."
Yeah, well, there you go, right? Yeah, that is kind of tough, though. I mean, but yeah.
I know. There's only so much things I could do here,
I guess.
But we asked you, what's an inanimate object that shouldn't piss you off, but it does? So we got 2 answers on the face page that I somehow missed.
Yeah.
We got our buddy Steve Timmons.
Yeah. Eric. Yep.
Said the hard plastic packaging that's on tools and the like, the stuff you need the tool inside to remove.
Yeah, that's always the best.
100% accurate.
Yep.
And then Diamond Top Fan, Big Dev.
Yeah.
Clamshell packaging. So, same idea.
Similar idea. Yep. It's true, though.
And Michelle says ice. It's cold. It hurts. It's slippery. And worst of all, for some reason, it's common practice put it in drinks, which is bullshit. That shit pisses me off. All it does is take up room in my drink, so I get less of what I pay for. And, geez, she really typed. What purpose is it in drinks that are coming from a refrigerated unit anyway? It's already cold. Adding ice to something makes drink watered down. Bullshit, I say.
I mean, there are some reasons for, various alcoholic drinks to put ice in,
True.
Some of them help open it up. Yeah, right.
It's a little more flavor.
Right. But I understand, though. Like, if you're getting, like, pop, tea, any of those kind of things, you're getting a lot of ice in there. You're getting less liquid. So,
right.
I can understand being upset about that. Especially at, like, the movie theater or something where you're paying, like, $19 for a small drink, Like you said earlier. Then, that's why you got to bring your own.
We asked you last week that if your username is how you die, how would you die? Which I think this is a great question.
Mm-hmm.
Diamond Top Fan, Big Dev.
Woo!
Says, as I use the username of Podman Big Dev for most everything, looks like pod people are going to make my downfall.
Oh, no. That's a terrible way to go.
That is a terrible way to go.
Or hilarious because Mystery Science Theater might be making fun of your demise.
Also true.
Right? That wouldn't be so terrible. For everyone watching, maybe for him, but
But the demise is cursed.
Yeah. Right.
Valerie, she says, stabbed by a unicorn whose horn is actually a clarinet.
So you have to listen to the thing play a terrible song as it's killing you?
Yeah.
And of course, it's not good. No, and it's not good at playing.
No, it's
It's
like, I mean, it's a unicorn. It's got hooves. It can't manipulate those little clarinet buttons.
But it's like, how is this part of you and you're terrible at it?
That's true. Jesse, he says suffocation by a ginger Santa Claus.
Wow.
Yeah.
That would be a weird way to go. Like, why are you all red? And your suit is. Yeah, it's yikes.
Yeah.
All right.
And then I'm gonna flip it over on Instagram, and our pal Philip, former enthusiast guest, whose username is his name says by my own name.
By his own hand.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
Like he just wakes up and he's choking himself.
Again.
Yeah. Well, this time without the
pants. That's how you go blind.
I was gonna say this time without the belt and the sensual music.
Yeah. Don't call it like David Carradine.
Yeah. Allegedly, I don't know. Maybe it was. I don't know. Whatever.
But that's what I got, Brian, on my end of the Q to W's.
All right. So Cheeto made up for his, letting us down by not sending one in last week, and he said for the inanimate object that pisses him off, he would have to say a vehicle, primarily the bolts that get rusted and stuck and you bust your knuckles when the ratchet slips and you got to get a fucking torch out and heat it, etc. That shit will piss me off quick. I feel like maybe he's done that a couple of times.
It sounds like it, doesn't it?
Yeah. Oh, here we go. He said, Hobie picked the last beer. Honestly, can't think of a time I was joyously happy over the last beer. Usually pisses me off that there isn't more beer math, unless it's Baltica Stout. Fuck that beer. And yes, I listened to the latest Whiskey Dicks and so badly wished I could join that combo.
In time, my friend. But
he's not wrong. The last beer makes it very difficult because, like I said, it sucks when it comes to beer math because you're like, maybe I want to have a few beers tonight. You open the fridge and there's one and you're like, oh man, like
shit.
Like, do I even want to start?
Right.
Like what? What's the point? It's like taking your cousin to prom. Yeah, you're going to get laid, but it's not going to be that fun.
Exactly. Like last time.
Yeah. No. And he said this week his username is how he dies. How would I die? Says I would be banditoing some Cheetos and get tasered by security while clinging onto the metal display rack, thus becoming a flaming hot Cheeto bandito. Dead, but fucking flaming hot. Well,
I mean, that's pretty awesome.
Keys to leave a good-looking corpse, right? That's the key to life.
Yes. It is the key to life.
I guess. I don't know.
I'm not mad at it.
Oh, you're mad at it. No. Okay, so our Q the W this week was sent in by Fluffy Bunny Ash, actually.
Oh, very nice.
Because she said lately to, keep herself from going insane, she's been watching commercials from the 80s and 90s.
that is actually kind of fun. I do that every once in a while.
Which we had she made a lot of interesting points, like talking about that decade and stuff, how literally that decade is so, doesn't give a fuck. She mentioned, the early part of it's all, one thing, and by the end of the decade, it's all extreme and crazy shit. And, you look at a lot of the fashions and stuff, people were just wearing some very crazy shit, which I know every decade has, but there was just something about that. And like she pointed out, you think about how we had the intro versions of a lot of electronics, as kids, whether it was video, certain video games like the, Game Boy came out and the, Tamagotchi shit was out and all those kind of things. There were all these things where they were barely barely games basically, but it was something new and exciting to play with for a little while or whatever. And a lot of the toys though were just fuck it, let's see if it works, and all the, almost all the cartoons when we were a kid were just literally toy commercials.
Right.
And that doesn't exist as much now. Like she pointed out, it was a good point. Like SpongeBob, there's tons of SpongeBob stuff out there, but there's not really oh, this is the SpongeBob line of action figures, you know?
Yeah, that's true. I guess you don't really
Yeah.
see commercials for that stuff anymore.
Right.
You're right.
And there's, there's Funko Pops of SpongeBob, and there's all sorts of things. Like just about anything that's been made, there's probably something like that. But there isn't that, like, dedicated toy line so much. Like, there's been a couple of times where they've made some figures and then they don't make anymore.
Right.
So I don't know if it doesn't sell or what it is behind it, but it's kind of a, it's just a lot of, now don't get me wrong, Pokemon still exists.
Everything's different today.
Well,
these days.
Pokemon and Bakugan and some of those were very much kind of, the cartoon definitely helped sell Yu-Gi-Oh! That commercial or cartoon helped sell the game and toys. So, there are a few, but not like when we were kids, where literally every fucking commercial or cartoon we watched.
It was a half-hour cartoon or commercial for the action figure line.
Right, which, we know is a fact because they even talk about it in that, like, He-Man documentary. That's the whole reason they had a cartoon was just to be, a half-hour commercial. So at the end of it, kids would go, buy me this, and it worked.
It did. Indeed.
Same with G.I. Joe and all that other shit. So, anywho, long story longer. So her question is, what weird shit have you done to stay sane over the last year? Because I'm with you guys. Like, I do enjoy every once in a while, I'll watch old commercials. I mean, obviously, it's no secret. My favorite commercial from that era is, watching Sting destroy that little kid.
Oh, yeah, classic.
The wrestler Sting, not the singer, by the way. It would have been much funnier with the singer doing it.
I mean, or tag team.
Or tag team, yeah. It's Sting! And you just see the singer walk out with a bat. So, like,
what weird? I haven't really done anything weird because, like, it's fairly normal for me, unfortunately, because every day I go to work.
Yeah.
Especially last year, I was working 6 days a week.
Yeah, true.
So, I mean, it's like not a whole lot's really changed in my life, unfortunately, besides not doing the stuff I really wanted to do, like, go hang out with people. I guess that's been weird.
Right. Yeah, but that's not what's keeping you sane for sure.
Yeah, no, that's true. I mean, like I said, that's nothing. Yeah, I guess I've just been going Looney Tunes.
Yeah. Well, like with you, I would assume that, like, it's not really weird shit though. Is that you've still looked for, like, patios to eat on and stuff like that to kind of keep you, you still get that taste of
a little bit of normalcy.
Yeah, but that's not really crazy or anything.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'd be curious to see what, like, Michelle's answer is, because she works from home, so she's basically in the house.
Well, that's what I was trying to think of. And it's like the stuff I've done to basically stay sane has been, games. Like, whether it's on the phone or my consoles, it's mostly been that. But that's what I use normally. I think like, for me, it's gonna be a little different anyway, because this is gonna sound terrible, which is I have to have coping mechanisms to feel sane all the time. And that's more of I need to help keep my anxiety and depression from, getting a hold on me. So I use TV, not as much TV anymore, but it used to be TV and games and stuff like that as my distractions. So I think that's what it is. I think that's what it ends up being for a lot of people is, whether it's buy a bunch of workout gear or, and work out at home, apparently even old consoles have been on the rise during this time. So a lot of people have turned to video games and turned to old games.
I get it.
Gone back and played old games even. I've read a few.
Your childhood of games.
Well, not even just that. I mean, even like, last gen system, maybe it's some game they loved on the, well, I guess technically the PS4 is a last gen system now, but I was meaning like PS3 or PS2, going back on that or that kind of stuff. So I don't know. I guess at this point, playing Dr. Mario is, my thing, but it's not really crazy. So, unfortunately, we're really boring. So, hopefully, the people who read our question will have better answers.
Yeah, I'm hoping so too. Because I got nothing.
Yeah, I like the question though. I just unfortunately we don't have good answers for it.
No, we really don't. We're terrible.
Yeah, because all of, like I said, all the stuff I do now is kind of the stuff I do normally. I haven't really changed. That's the thing. I was already an introvert and kind of a, didn't go do a lot of socializing before all this. So my life has kind of not changed a ton,
Yeah, fair enough.
which is kind of what you were saying too. You didn't have time off of work. Like if you didn't work for months, maybe you had done something
if
crazy.
I didn't work for months, who knows what I'd be into?
Yeah, exactly. By now you'd probably be making lamps out of people's skin,
Yeah, something. But I mean,
And that's not
I
weird,
had work
though.
to occupy my urges.
Urges. Oh my. Oh my. So,
Yeah.
all right. So there you go. So the question of the week is, so what weird stuff have you done to stay sane over the last year?
The old,
Oh yeah, I forgot.
wherever it is. Well, show me what you. There it is.
Show me what you got.
I hate the soundboard.
Do you though? I think you love
I
it.
do. I really do.
Love
like
it.
Oh my god, it's the worst, bro.
All right. Well, there you go. That's what I got for the show. Do you have any other stuff?
Nope, I am tapped out.
All right. Well, then let's say, hey, head over to saltylanguage.com, click all the links, check out the past episodes. All the enthusiasts are there. All our social media stuff is there. You can find the link to the network we're part of.
Danger! Watch your back! Danger!
Entertainment.
There we go.
Go check out the other shows on there. And of course, as always, tell Mark Tony misses him.
Oh, actually,
What? You have an update?
I have a Mark update. Him and I were chatting a little bit on Facebook.
Oh, essentially chatting?
Essentially chatting. He's
Excellent.
actually working on and he put it on Facebook, so I feel like I can have liberty to talk about this. He's working on his own cigar brand.
Oh, really?
And he's,
All
so I told him we should get him back on the show so we could shamelessly plug him. He's like,
Yeah.
oh, let's make it happen.
I also expect freebies. I mean,
Yeah, so we're going to have to,
Right. All
have
right.
some chats and have him back.
All right.
Then I can express my love and adoration for him.
That would be funny if we had him on there and you just kept finding different ways to tell him that you
exactly.
that you adore him. And
I'm not gonna.
all right,
We'll
keep
talk
it
after
to
this.
the vest. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, well, yeah, definitely check out the other shows over there and everything at tangentboundnetwork.com. If you want to reach out to us on social media, you can find us on Twitter at salty_language. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Stunami.
You can find me at Monotony, and on Instagram at The Monotony, and Salty Language is, we're everywhere. Let's be honest.
Sure.
We're on the TikTokies, we're on the Instas, we're on the Facebook, we're on YouTube at Salty Language Pod on YouTube, but saltylanguage.com is really just the hub.
Right. I got a question for you, Tony.
Yes, sir.
You've done a lot with DMX's music with the TikTok.
I have.
What are you going to do? Because it feels, like maybe a little sketchy at the moment. Like, or if God forbid something happens to the guy,
I mean, I haven't done anything for in a little bit now.
Yeah.
But I'll just have to mix it with like a little "I've been missing you" or whatever.
Oh, okay. All right. Put some. Yeah, you got to have a Diddy remix in there so he gets his
Yeah.
taste.
No, I will still use it because
All right.
use and abuse. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. All right. I was just curious.
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough.
Just saying.
All right. Well, there you go. Until next week, have a beer. You'll be fine.
Stay salty, people.
And don't forget to hit saltylanguage.com to get your new testicuzis and to find your monkey sidecar recipes.
Ooh, monkey sidecars.
Not really. Those were both not going to happen.
Come on.
Maybe the monkey sidecar. That's possible.
Fair enough.
We're not making testicuzis or whatever the
You
other.
think? No, we're going to. Now we're going to.
Oh no, they're going to be like paper mache ones. Tony's going to be making them over the weekend.
Hell yeah, brother.